I met him at the Marlins game.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, I met him at the Marlins game. Morning, Neil. Yeah, good morning, Neil.
With that Marlin crap.
Yeah, you and yours. They're at 500. Who's laughing now?
Woo! Oh, heavy duty, man. What are they, about 85 out of first?
Hey, listen, you got a great...
You're missing the breaking news story of all time, sports story.
What?
LeBron James on CNBC on the Gambling Channel being interviewed by Maria Bartiromo with the heavy bags under her puss, picking his crotch like he was digging for gold for like 15 minutes. I've never seen anything so gross in my life.
That sounds like something I see every morning around here.
Yeah, this morning, Pharrell's telling me that Mo digs for gold in his rectum in front of everybody else. I want you to tell the audience this. He sticks his hand down the back of his pants in front of everybody else and digs for dingleberries.
That is sweet.
And the front.
Love it. I love that he's so comfortable with the Pharrell that he can work that mind shaft.
I just want to remind you one thing. The first day that you came on the air,
yeah.
And he reached out and shook your hand, like maybe seconds before
there was some feta on there. A little.
All the crap you can unwrap.
Yeah.
All the crap you can unwrap.
You think he had a little feta? You know, remember, I think the mom used to smell after a little action. She smell her finger. See how it works down there. See how everything.
All the crap you can unwrap.
See what kind of weather systems are blowing through the area. Now, you've got the Blue Jays and the Marlins, your two favorite teams. Toronto's playing great ball. Delgado. I'm talking about you have great baseball up there, man. What's the problem?
Blue Jays are only 2 games out of first.
Hey, I heard that guy from Canada yesterday call you, eh? He was like, hey, dude, we got to meet. Where do you live up here, eh? It was great. Yeah. That guy, I sounded like a friend of mine. I swear to God, it sucked me in so bad. I thought it was a friend of mine from the Hockey News who has their offices there.
Probably was Bob McKenzie.
Some Montreal Expo got hit for the cycle. I know you're excited about that.
So what do you think about LeBron James picking his crotch on worldwide TV on CNBC? This guy has got, like the Mad Dog would say, he's got the IQ of a box of rocks.
Yeah, I hope that he has the worst downfall in the history of
$90 million for a guy who couldn't write an X to
He isn't worth dick, and I'm glad he has to play in crappy Cleveland, which is like playing in hell, and they're going to stink. He's gonna stink, and I'm telling you that he's going to be pushed around by men. He's a little boy with a big car, and his mama likes to steal from the local merchants.
A big what?
He's got a big toy. He's got his big car, and all the little black kids love him. And you know what? I hope he drowns in his own the hypocrisy of the amount of attention this kid gets.
You hope he drowns in a sea of his own excrement.
In fact, I hope he slides off the road in his Hummer and wrecks into a pole. I don't care if the kid dies. The NBA to me is about as exciting as one of Mo's bowel movements.
Well, you probably got a little piece of the evidence on your hand.
And I want to work with George on Fridays. What's the problem?
Oh, yeah, that's another story.
All these people here are lying. They're all lying.
I'm going to tell you, we got more freaking liars in that place.
Liars.
I called yesterday afternoon from Muff and Clarence, the brain trust.
And today Greg asked me if I was actually farting on the mics in here.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I do have better farts than you, but I don't fart into the mic.
And they tell me that you volunteered to, help out when I'm on doing my 2-day week next week.
Jesus Christ, the guy works 2 days a week in the summer.
You're going to do 8 to noon, and George will do 10 to 2 Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 12 to 2 Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Come to find out that you did what? Let's hear the truth.
Well, if they want me to do 8 to noon, they're going to have to, get some shipments of cash in here from over on the other coast. And the second thing is, I told him I just wanted to do an hour with George on Friday, and that'll still cost him out the ass.
Man,
I'm greedy. There's one thing I am.
Like champions, man. That's the QM effing way. They lie through their teeth.
I want free food. I want free food, lots of money, because I'm good looking, I'm pretty, I'm on the move, and I'm like you. I need lots of cash to entertain the masses, and there's plenty of idiots to entertain.
Maybe that's what Mo is reaching in behind for. Maybe he's going to pull some out of the ass for you.
I have never seen anybody just openly pick their trowel.
You know something? I wish you would have told us this yesterday morning. We could have put it on our poll.
He works on his pole, too. I've seen it with a full fist down into the saddle.
Pick a winner, Mo.
I love when he does it, man. He just has no mercy. I mean, can you see him over there at the country club, up at the buffet table, picking his mine shaft?
All the crap you can unwrap.
Pulling out those briefs. I mean, because he wears those boxer briefs.
Maybe he's just trying to reconnect the bag. You ever think about that? Maybe the nozzle fell out. Have a great day, Scott.
All right, Neil.
Howard David's bitch.
Now, usually I don't do this, but let me tell you a little bit about the wheels that I drive to work in. Now, I'm not trying to be rude, but you can really get screwed by those dealers trying to sell your automobiles brand new. See, I don't need the fancy grills or those new car smells. I've had my baby 20 years, shifting on those stripped out gears. See the horn go toot, toot. and the horn go. It got a 4 on the floor, it got all 4 of its doors, but not a hell of a lot more. It needs a brand new ignition, it got a broken transmission, it got some holes in the body, got front and rear fenders missing, leaks like the son of a gun, but I'm like, so what, it runs. It's a piece of, you know what, baby, but at least it's paid for,
10:07 at 560 WQM. That is the grossest thing. I mean, combining LeBron James picking his package on worldwide TV there in front of Maria Bartiromo. And I'm not just talking about, like, you know, reaching down, like, adjusting briefly. I'm talking about,
nudge.
Like,
give it a little nudge, you know.
I just kept screaming at the set, get the camera off this crazy bastard. Move it, you know. Wouldn't do it. At any rate. And then, of course, hearing about Mo picking seeds out of his
rectum.
That is...
Maybe he and LeBron could have a pick-off.
Didn't... Yeah, well, that's a baseball thing. Oh, it's a pick-off at first base. Anyway, look at that. We're going to get 1,600 votes on yesterday's poll, so we'll wait because we need 5 more. Beaner Boy's got some more tragic stories. Anybody want to hear them? No. I just can't handle you anymore. I can't handle these tales of woe.
Whoa.
Yeah, you're starting to turn into another Eric now. Whoa. You like that crap, you know? We can't handle it. He did show up, though, today, and notice how silent he is? Real quiet.
He's working.
He's working on what?
On getting the stories up. He's in
I noticed he also let us down yesterday. He was going to put the instructions on our webpage, how to get rid of that crap, all those pop-up things. Didn't see him on there.
He'll do that really quickly, too.
Huh?
Taking care of all. We switched rooms, so he's in there using your computer, and I'm in here. You know.
Oh, I see.
So
that's good. So in other words, let's keep him off the air for a while. So I do get a bunch of lies from Clarence and Duff. Now, Duff's not there to defend himself today because he's getting his ass excavated. They got a search party to see who's been in there. But, so he's not in. But Clarence was in bright and early this morning, admitted that he lied through his teeth. Him and Greg, what they're trying to do is, like, put words into Pharrell's mouth. Yeah, well, I'll help out. I'll do an hour crossover with George. And so what they translate that into, like, he'll do till noon. In fact, maybe he'll do just 8 in the morning till 2.
Till 2.
On the Monday,
right.
Wednesday, and Friday that I'm up there. And I said, as long as George gets paid for it, what the hell do we care?
I'll come in and bring him coffee or something.
Right, that's right. You can be a gopher.
Sure.
Because that's our motto anyway. Less work, same pay, like the humper, or more pay. Less work and more pay. That's what we strive for at 2 a.m.
I have the menu book over here, all the restaurant connections. We can get a different place in here every day. I know how to do all that.
I mean, we like Howie's a lot, but I think we need to start moving up a little bit.
No, we got Tony's, we got Pizza Loft.
Right. I was thinking more like, look at that. We got to 1,600 even. Yeah, just stalling around there for a second. I got a couple of great faxes, by the way. You'll pee in your pants on both of these. Let's see, 1,600 votes even. That's pretty heavy duty for considering there's nobody around. Which of these statements about Mo Howard David did you believe most strongly? Oh, before I do that, I better read my Hillary passage. Shouldn't I? I always do this first. I'm going to give you a whole paragraph today.
All right.
From the Hillary book, from Living History by Hillary Rodham Clinton.
You're a mean man.
Yes, I am. Hey, listen, why should they go out and waste $28 when they can hear it for free on this show? And in addition to which, it's now worth 28 cents. She says, this is the third paragraph, page 1, okay? See, and if they would tape this every day, they could, like, put it together like into a talking narrative. My story began in the years following World War II, when men like my father who had served their country returned home to settle down, make a living, and raise a family. It was the beginning of the baby boom, an optimistic time. The United States had saved the world from fascism, and now our nation was working to unite former adversaries in the aftermath of the war, reaching out to allies and to former enemies, securing the peace and helping to rebuild a devastated Europe and Japan. How do you like that? Starting to get pretty emotional, ain't it?
Yeah, I'm getting emotional.
Every review of her book that I've read has been scathing. Basically, she doesn't say a goddamn thing.
It's
a lot of pages, nearly 600 pages, doesn't say a goddamn thing. But nevertheless, between that and Harry Potter, people are like just grabbing it up like solid gold. Here's the poll result. Which of these statements about Mo Howard David did you believe most strongly? 1,600 votes, a great total. He's a total asshole, 487, who picked seeds out of his butt in front of everybody else. 30.4%. He's alienated just about everyone. 295, 18.5%. Who's Mo Howard David? 285. Still 17.8% haven't got a clue who the old man is. His talk show blows. 277, 17.3%. Neil picks on him too much. 144, 8.9%. Remember what it was like about 13%?
Yeah.
And then it went to 10. And then it was like just a little over 8. And then I made a comment about that, and they goosed it up to over 9. But now it's 8.9%. He does great play-by-play, 75, 4.6%. He's a great talent, only 37, 2.3%. Out of 1604 on the Mo Howard David poll from yesterday. And this, keep in mind, is before they knew that he picks seeds out of his butt in front of everybody else. I still think he's just trying to reinsert the tube.
Tube of what?
Colgate. For fresh breath.
Maybe it's Aquaflush.
No, seriously, don't you think that if you have like a bag that you have to, I don't want to get too graphic, but don't you have to like stick the tube somewhere?
Maybe he's applying Prep H.
Anyway, here's our first fact, and I still can't get over the LeBron James thing. I'm not exaggerating. It was just, beside the fact that for $90 million he can't say crap. He's dumber than sawdust. And he's on there and he's like adjusting and moving around his package and got his hands in his crotch. And poor Maria, you could see she was getting really uneasy. Then she started interviewing one of the other, oh, God, who also couldn't speak, by the way. Here's the fact that says, hello, Neil. Sounds a little like Duff. Oh, I better do the break first because this is a lengthy couple of faxes. Very important stuff. Today is Wednesday, by the way.
All right.
Big day on the show every Wednesday, 1 to 2. See that, creatures of habit? 1 to 2, our gigantic 1 to 2 hour with all comedy bits every Wednesday. Very excited about that, aren't we? Yes, we are. Yes. 10:13 at 560 WQM. If you're a dieter, if you're fat, you'll be very excited when you go into Delights of West Boca because you'll discover there's a store entirely dedicated to you. Not just a store that's got a shelf or two of low-carb items, but an entire store with over 900 low-carb, sugar-free products. And Delights of West Boca is introducing new ones every month, including like right now. Try their new low-carb instant cup of soup. All you do is add water and pop it in the microwave. It's a low-carb meal in a cup, 4 delicious flavors, or new, sinfully low-carb muffins for a quick breakfast, or your own individual-sized cheesecake. And they've got low-carb hot cocoa, apple cider, blondies, and brownies, and their incredible selection of low-carb pastas, sauces, dressings, chips, chocolates, their famous Carbolite ice cream, almond snack cakes in 6 different flavors, at last chocolate crisp and chocolate mint bars with no maltitol, thank God, which means you won't spend all day on the pot. And Carbolite ready-to-drink chocolate and vanilla shakes, which is a low-carb meal in a can. Also now they got in Judy's low-carb peanut brittle with unbelievable great taste. Stop by and talk to the staff. They really know they're dieting inside and out at Delights of West Boca. And don't forget, all Atkins products are on sale today, tomorrow, all day, every day, even on Sukkot. They're open daily 10 to 10, and you'll find them on the northeast corner of Glades and 441, right next to Boston Market and prestigious Boca, not too far from where Ralph Farrell and Mo live. Call them toll-free at 1-877-LOW-CARB or shop them on the web at lowcarb.com. Don't forget, it's a stupendous store, and it's entirely for all you fat folks. Delights of West Boca, it's your official Atkins retail center.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Oh!
WQAM is just your type.
The process of cloning has always been extremely controversial. It began in 1997 when scientists cloned Dolly the sheep. Since that time, millions of dollars and countless laboratory hours later, scientists at the University of Idaho are reveling in another incredible cloning breakthrough. It's the world's first cloning of a mule. Scientists now say, based upon this incredible success, they have plans to clone other asses. Whitney Houston.
My leg!
Mike Tyson.
I broke my back.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Little Willie won't.
Monica Lewinsky.
I was some sick, deranged person.
Bill and Hillary Clinton.
I experimented
Very
with marijuana a time or two, and I didn't like it.
That certainly is what I tried to do.
Ass cloning.
10:18. Oh, I love the way that just like chops right off at the end there.
All the crap you can unwrap. All the slime all the time.
Absolutely.
Anyway, we got the new poll is up there. I'm amused at the way, as soon as I gave the result of yesterday's poll on Mo, Eric got that new thing up there faster than you could say, whoa! I'm telling you, it was incredible. Did you see that?
We saw it.
The new poll is up there and the voting has started. The new poll is, should Neil keep posting the bedtime stories on the website? We got 6 choices for you. First choice.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yes, important. I rarely read them. I only care about the pool. I mostly care about the goofy stuff. I'd rather see more naked pictures, or I don't need it. I read lots of news websites. I think that covers from Aardvark to Zebra, don't you?
Nothing I can think of.
Now, yesterday would have been very interesting if we could have added, Mo picks a lot of winners. Yeah, maybe Hank ought to take him to the racetrack with him because he seems to be picking a lot of winners lately. I just can't envision that. So an old guy like him reaching into his lime green checkered pants and digging around for gold in his ass. I mean, in front of everybody else. It's just more than we can handle. The thought of it makes me nauseous. So we got 5 votes on there. It'll be real interesting to see this, you know what? To see whether the fruits of our labor now. Let's see. Let me read this fax first because this one's a little more coherent than the other one. It says, here's my opinion regarding the bedtime stories. Keep doing this as much as a pain as it is to do it. If it's stopped, then there will be no single good source for these articles. CommonSense.com and the others are good, but don't provide the same resource that you do as you refer to all sorts of news sources, whereas the other sites rely mainly on their own writers and contributors. Moreover, your stories are from all sorts of media outlets from around the planet. Also, by starting with your stories, I've found those media outlets and have read other news articles or opinions editorials. This provides me with the opportunity to determine if those outlets, newspapers, etc., have a particular political or philosophical slant. Also, seeing the same information in different articles from a variety of sources is worthwhile, not only for the usefulness of having the same facts discussed from different points of view, but also for the satisfaction that the information, especially that could be considered to be anti-Bush, is out there and being strenuously researched and reported. Boy, this goes on. Lastly, in my opinion, anyone who feels the bedtime stories should cease completely or even partly prefers having their head in the sand or up their own ass, or is the type to call every day just so they can say, retire, thus fulfilling whatever purpose, I don't know what that word means, pathetic navel lint-picking need they have, or ass-picking as the case may be. I hope that even if the poll shows disfavor with the bedtime stories, that you/George/Carlos continue to post them anyway.
/Carlos.
Well, at this point, could it hurt? Also, I'd be curious as to the percentage of people responding to your poll who are from South Florida versus from someplace else. And of those, which group, South Floridians versus someplace else, vote to keep the stories compared to those who don't. This is one South Floridian says, keep the stories and keep up the good work. Wow. As an aside, I couldn't do your job except for the money. If I had to beg for calls at times, then have to listen to the morons, a-holes, and other losers in the quantity that you do, I would have hung up the headset and moved permanently to Toronto, Florence, or Cologne a long time ago. Well, let's talk to Mitch Hirsch about that. What do you say? You know Mitch Hirsch, his motto?
All the crap you can unwrap.
Yeah. Now, let's see. How's the early voting on this? Oh, Beaner Boy, by the way, is working frantically. Because let me just give you the update on today's chapter in the Beaner Boy soap opera. His father has Crohn's disease, and he had an attack. He's in the hospital. He's going to be his stepfather. He's going to be okay, though, right?
Yeah, he's fine. He just has these attacks a couple times a year.
That's a nasty thing, Luke. Crohn's disease, it's a Kishke disease. Intestinal thing. And the other thing is his computer just died, blew up. It's been on the verge, and it died. Well, I'm telling you, if I was you, I would, be very, very careful when I cross the street. In fact, I wouldn't cross the street.
Have somebody carry you.
But he's working frantically on my computer, on that nice new one that I bought with my own hard-earned money. And he'll get those bedtime stories on there today. Now, whether we continue with this or not depends, of course, on the poll and whether we want to agree with it or not. 60 votes already. Should Neil keep the bedtime stories on the website? Absolutely. Yes, important.
Absolutely.
28. I'd rather see more naked pictures, 19. I only care about the pool, 5. I don't need it. I read lots of news websites, 4. I mostly care about the goofy stuff, 2. That was probably, you know who the 2 were? Clarence and the Beast. And I rarely read them, 2. Well, we got votes for every category on there, I think, so it goes another good example of a stupendous poll. Here's another. This is a silly fact. Okay? I mean, it's intended as a serious fact, but I find this so amusing. George, this guy's name is George. That's what I'm talking about, George in Pompano Beach. I don't want to, make fun of you. I don't want to, because obviously the intentions are good, and you're an old coot like me, but George, come on. Says, hello, Neil, long-time listener, first-time faxer. I can remember when you used to say taking a stand would not accomplish anything, just a waste of time, but I really like what you're doing about the Bushism that we're going through. He should have said the Bushmit. Also, I heard what you said about his tax cut screwing the majority. It was so true. I started writing this last night and was not really sure if I should. Now, after the last 3 minutes of yesterday's show, I know it's worth the effort. By the way, I ran out of time because I just got that story, and I don't know if anybody could understand it because I was reading so fast.
We got it.
Did you get it?
Although
I was very proud of myself.
I
didn't fumble too much through that because I had a very limited time. That was bad timing. Anyway, here's the sentence. Here's the greatest sentence I've ever received in a fax of all time, okay? Hold on. Strap yourself in. It says, Neil, we need you to save this country. I even circled it with my pen. That is a great line. We, the people of the have-nots, that includes me, a 55-year-old trailer park resident, says George, need a new beginning, a new start, if you will. Neil, I'm as serious as a heart attack when I say we need to abolish the income tax, run our country on a national sales tax, and other ways than an income tax. This will close all the loopholes for those big corporations and the wealthy. The haves can start supporting this wonderful country and give the lower class a fighting chance, a chance to save some money, maybe work harder, an extra job, the incentive to make more money. Maybe we could all pay our own medical bills and buy food and housing. I think our country would roll, so to speak. With your internet site, which is, by the way, great, and being on the radio, you or we or us, I think, can make a difference. Search the net. It's already started. Search abolish the income tax and see the future. Here are a couple of places to start. Petitiononline.com/nitwit and detaxus.com. Neil, if you don't help here, here we go again. I should have circled it. I want you to listen very carefully, George and Beaner Boy.
We're listening.
You listening?
You don't want us to talk. We're listening.
Neil, if you don't help here, I think the country is going to go to pot. And then in parentheses, to show you how serious this whole thing is, in parentheses it says,
Hello, George.
But seriously, please give it some thought. Neil, thanks for everything. Signed, G. I'm not going to use his name. Pompano Beach. P.S. G-Rod does a great job on the radio. That has got to be, we need you to save this country, Neil. That's right. We need you. On the radio, you're going to save the country from itself. You're going to save mankind. God, I never realized I had that responsibility on my sloped old faggy shoulders.
Well, you do.
Well.
And if you don't save us,
going to have to approach the show with a much different altitude from now on. I guess it's more than just a paycheck, isn't it?
No.
Right. More than just waiting for that paycheck, which today is payday, by the way.
Oh!
Right. At QAM, when our slogan is...
All the crap you can unwrap. All the slime all the time.
Absolutely.
That's it. 10:27 at 5:60. Let's see, how's that thing going? Oh, look at that. They want the bedtime stories so far. And maybe we can also include some naked pictures. What do you say with that?
Hey.
Sounds good to me.
Here's a combo.
Anyway, here's a place where you don't need naked pictures, where you just need to talk to some nice people, and it's called Hallett Pontiac GMC. That's the name of the joint. And our good friends Tom Lehman and Joe Prieto down there would like to make you the deal of a lifetime, a Neil deal right now. Here's Neil deal number one going on as I speak. Get yourself 0% financing for 60 months on every 2003 Pontiac or GMC in stock. Neil deal number two. Get up to a $4,000 rebate on every 2003 GMC and Pontiac in stock. And all you current and former military personnel, listen to this. Get yourself an additional $750 rebate from your friends at Hallett right now. Neil deal number three. Lease the new 2004 Grand Prix GT1 for as low as $289 a month. It's a 36-month lease. See our friends at Hallett for details. And also now at Hallett, you can test drive, excluding Beaner Boy. But just about anybody else can test drive any vehicle on the lot for 24 hours. Take it home, take it to work. I guess they figured 24 hours you could have time for too many problems. You follow what I'm saying? Don't take it personal unless you want to.
Okay.
And of course at Hallett you also find a stupendous, unbeatable selection of certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. And as we tell you every single day, they're not picky about your credit. They're not going to grill you like from A to B and from all the way through your life. If you have marginal credit, have no fear. They'll find a way to get you into a new vehicle. Hallett Pontiac GMC. They're in the same great spot. They've been treating people right and making unbeatable deals for 35-plus years. That's 13401 South Dixie Highway. That's on US 1 across from the Falls. Open every day, 7 days a week. If you want more info on those Neil deals, just call the hotline toll-free at 1-888-534-4211. 1-888-534-4211. Keep in mind all Neil deals subject to credit approval. See our friends at Hallett for details. Once you do a little car shopping there, you'll agree with all the rest of us. At Hallett Pontiac GMC, they definitely are professional grade.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Taken the following material out of context without endorsement or permission from those depicted. It is our ongoing mission to make everything that is good and decent look as ridiculous as possible. We hope we've reached that goal, or at least made you laugh.
You've trusted Fisher-Price toys for years. Now, from Fisher Out of the Water, it's murder victim Barbie. Emulating criminal behavior has never been more fun. She's disfigured.
Aww, cute kid.
She's stiff. She's very, very dead. It's Murder Victim Barbie. Just think how many hours of fun you'll have with her portable crime lab.
Ouch!
And what will your friends say when they see you performing an autopsy on your favorite new play toy? It's Murder Victim Barbie.
Save me!
Basic torso comes dressed in something lacy. Separate accessories including severed limbs, head, and neck extra.
Look at that, 134 votes on a poll already. Aren't you impressed?
Yeah, okay.
Should Neil keep posting the bedtime stories on the website? No, the reason that I'm impressed right now is because I was thinking to myself during the break, what will be the demarcation line? In other words, what percentage do we need to give us the encouragement, yours truly and Boner Boy, to continue all the work that's involved putting this crap on there? And I'm thinking like over 50%. Wouldn't you?
I wanted to put them on no matter what, because I think if even we get through a couple of people, it'll be worth it.
Did somebody give you like a silver-plated shovel for your birthday?
I'm serious.
Because you keep digging yourself a hole so deep, you're going to wake up one day and you're going to have to speak, you'll be turning Chinese or Japanese. Seriously. I'm trying to like, don't you see the method in my madness here? I'm trying to like inspire these people a little bit. I'm trying to light a fire on them, especially since I'm going to save the world on this show, according to George in Pompano Beach. This is a show. Do we have a call on it? Oh, we have a couple actually. Because when I looked up there last time, there wasn't a call on the board, and I got a guy faxing me telling me I need to do this, I need to do that, because I'm going to save the world. We can turn things around, baby. And I'm thinking we can't even get the poll questions right. I'm always bragging about what a great poll I do. Yesterday, one of the choices was Neil picks on Mo too much. We should also add one, Mo picks his ass too much.
Right, but we didn't know.
But we didn't have the information. And let me just say this. This isn't something Pharrell just made up by himself, because you were telling me this before I ever spoke to Pharrell this morning.
Right. Well, they're between the door, our door, and the hallway door, you know.
Yeah.
They were just shouting it in the hallway there. They were outraged. Apparently today was the day that they went over the top and couldn't take it anymore.
He went over the edge.
He spilled over.
Oh, no. Mo, keep your hand out of your ass in public, okay? If you're driving home in your SUV, or if you're driving a Jaguar on that given day, and you want to reach down in there and start groping around and digging for dollars or whatever you're digging for, that's fine, if nobody can see it.
So I'm going to lend,
But in the workplace, I think there's something legal involved there in the workplace, don't you?
I do.
Anal harassment.
I'm going to give Pharrell my camera to borrow, of course, so that we can get a picture of the picture.
And my cable just went out. Can you believe that? My cable went out, maybe because it's too hot. Do you know what's going to be? Oh, it just came back on. Going to be 95 here today, a little on the toasty side. 95. Sunny, though, no rain. Should Neil keep posting the bedtime stories on the website? Absolutely. Yes, it's important.
Absolutely.
Just over 50%. It's right, or it's hovering. 74 out of a total of 146. 50.6%. A lot of pressure now. I'd rather see more naked pictures, 40. I really think we could pacify them. We could put more naked pictures with each bedtime story. Wouldn't that be good?
We could do that.
Just imagine how we could educate the world out there, just like George in Pompano Beach says. We could save the world. Just put a little bit of nudity on there, and then if they, that would be the magnet. That would be the maggot. And draw them in, and then they just might read the story. They'll see the catchy headline you put on there, and they'll say, oh, that might be interesting. Before I scroll down to the next naked picture. I only care about the poll, 12. I rarely read them, 9. I don't need it. I read lots of news websites, 6. And I mostly care about the goofy stuff, like that, 5. That's the way it's laying out so far. I'm glad we're doing this because, you have no way of knowing. Although we have had a spectacular response on our website, and especially, you know when it really goosed up big time?
When?
When we went back to 10 to 2. When Pharrell went on 8 to 10 and we went back 10 to 2. Oh yeah.
Check it out.
We had a spike on that website, man. It was like all of a sudden we did have nothing but naked pictures. Like a porno website. We had such phenomenal response. By the way, Carlos is going to put many, many naked pictures on there today, so be sure and check it out.
Check it out.
Now are we putting naked pictures on?
I'm running around the building with my camera.
Let's just lie a lot, okay?
Oh.
In fact, I want to see, since we've been so creative on those Mo pictures, I'd love to see a picture of Mo picking seeds from his rectum. Wouldn't that be lovely?
Well, we're working on that.
Because you know what they say, you have to plant the seed first, and then watch it grow.
And you have to fertilize it.
Oh, here's a lady in Miami. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
How
I
are you?
wondered, is your radio show a backup to the website now?
What does that mean?
Well, your poll results show that, majority of your pollers at least want to listen to the bedside stories, and you don't play them on the radio anymore. So I was thinking
I don't
maybe
play.
you
I
should
don't
become a
play them on the
webmaster.
radio. What does that mean?
Well, you always, tease us that you're going to read a story, but you never do.
Yes, I do. I read. In fact, I read two or three yesterday.
And how long is your show?
So in other words, what you're doing is you tell me I should go back to reading the stories all day again.
Well, look at the poll results.
No, see, I looked at a poll that's much more important, and that is during the 7 months that I was doing that, the poll that we live by in this business called a ratings, and it wasn't a winner. They didn't like that.
So you're saying then the Internet people are different from your listeners?
No, I'm saying that if we put it on the Internet, those people, 50% want the bedtime stories so far. That means the other 50% don't want it. We can't afford to blow off the other 50% for me to sit here and read them all on the air every day. But those people who do want it, they can go on there and read to their heart's content. They're there.
Well, I must say though, you do seem a lot happier since you've gone to the bathroom brigade humor. So,
Yeah.
Whatever makes you happy.
Well, so what does that mean? So in other words, that's a shot? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, because it doesn't make a lot of your listeners happy because it's just adolescent, frankly.
Yeah, well, you know what? Have a nice life.
Okay.
Okay. What a bitch. What an absolute... See you next time, honey. See you next time. Bitch. It's adolescent. I've been doing the show for 1,000 years, honey, and for 7 months out of all that time, I did the bedtime stories. It was an experiment because the phone calls sucked. They weren't as entertaining as yours. And guess what? It went over like a goddamn lead balloon. It went over like a pregnant pole vaulter on a hot day in July in Vegas. And she's calling to share. See, this is what I'm talking about in South Florida. This is what they want to share is their discontent. She's programming the show. Well, blow it out your nasty, smelly ass, honey. Not satisfactory that we go through all the work to put this stuff on the web. She can read it on there. No, the show is just a backup to the internet, whatever the hell that means. Back it up to the door, sweetheart, and we can all take turns jamming our foot in it. How do you like that bitch?
Great call.
Oh no, seriously, how do you like her? Nasty, miserable sow. Okay.
The sow is mine.
God, that was despicable.
Stop being adolescent.
It's an entertainment show, honey, okay? It's entertainment. It's kind of like since I stopped reading the bedtime stories, that's when we started with, all of that stuff. I've been doing that for 100 years, okay? Trying to entertain the public, give them a few laughs. I'm not going to save the world. You sound like you know that George in Pompano Beach, honey. Maybe the two of you can elope. Grope and elope.
Maybe that was him.
We're in the entertainment business. We want to be entertaining, amusing, a little bit informative. And I just got through talking about that very important story. I squeezed in yesterday. I read it a mile a minute, but it was an important story, and I got it in there. But I'm not going to sit here and read crap all day, every day. Read it on the Internet. Sit there and peruse it. Take a peek at it. And look at that, we're under 50% now. It's down to 49.7%. So does that mean we're going to alienate another over 50% of the audience?
No.
I don't think so. See, this way, when you go to our website, it's sitting right there for you. You can use it for whatever you want. You can look at the bedtime stories. You can read some of them or all of them. You can look at the nasty pictures of all those poor wounded children. You could read the poll result. You can vote on the poll maybe if you don't have AOL. You can look at the cutesy pictures of Mo and Geldy and the Beast and Clarence. You can use it for whatever you like. Use it and peruse it. Or you lose it. But we have a responsibility here. They're paying some of us a lot of money here to entertain the public out there, which means I don't need any directions from you, bitch, slut. Oh, man, I want to say that see you next time is so bad. You have no idea. If you look it up in the dictionary, her picture's next to it.
Well, turn the mic off real quick.
No, I don't need to. 1041. Boy, what a sow. Right off the bat, second call out of the box. Was that the second or the first call? That was the first call. That was the first call of the day. So once again, South Florida continues just sending their worst, just shoving it into you, man. Doesn't bother me. Well, you do sound much happier. Well, that's right. I'm much happier, and the audience is much bigger, and everybody's happy. We're getting a tremendous response on our website. We don't find a problem at the moment, honey, other than the fact that you got a real nasty attitude, that you suck. You suck heavy duty. In fact, maybe the problem is you don't suck. That's the problem. What do you think?
Let's take a poll on it.
Yeah, she needs a poll. 1042 at 560 WQM. By now you've been hearing about Laminates R Us and how laminate wood flooring from Laminates R Us is the easy, the smart, the low-maintenance alternative to expensive natural wood flooring. Laminates R Us is the best place to find laminated wood flooring from Peridor, Pergo, Wilson Art, Unifloor, and Quickstep. They've got all the top names, all installed by Pergo-certified installers. Here's another reason why you should call Laminates R Us. Their prices will floor you. Right now, you can get their summer special for just $1,995. That's correct, just $1,995 for up to 380 square feet of beautiful laminated wood flooring. Unfreaking believable. And Laminates R Us will match any legitimate written offer, too. For a free and-home estimate, call Laminates R Us toll-free 1-877-777-3336. What could be easier? Free carpet disposal, free furniture moving, a 25-year warranty, and years of beautiful, easy-care laminate wood flooring. So call Laminates R Us today. Be sure and tell them that Ancient Nasty Adolescent Neil told you to call toll-free 1-877-777-3336.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
You whore.
Absolutely.
I had a chick named Kay. One day she flew away to Tijuana where the moon is blue. The moon is blue. But with our right-wing censorship, there are words that mustn't slip to truly tell you how I feel for Kay. Yes, feel for Kay. So, if you see Kay in Tijuana, I'll see you in Tijuana too. Now if you see Kay, tell her I miss her each day, and the FCC won't let me sing this song I wrote today. Now if you see Kay, take her hand, gently say that after this transmission I'll be out in 90 days. Oh, if you see Kay in Tijuana,
absolutely,
then I'll see you in Tijuana. Don't wanna go, but gotta see you in Tijuana too.
Please don't say the F word.
Wow, how about...
Please don't say the F word.
That fucking bitch.
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T. I mean, just do the math, honey. That's one of everybody's favorite cliches. Do the freaking math. I'm looking at the poll. 51.7% say, oh, it's important to keep those bedtime stories on there.
Absolutely.
Right, which is fine. We, enjoy it. We have a good time doing it. We're spreading some opinion out there. We'd like to give the other side, as opposed to the vast majority of the media in this country, the right-wing goofballs. But that's 51%, which means that 48.3% don't give a crap that much about it. Now, can we afford to blow off half of this audience just to make that bitch happy? Because that's really what it boils down to.
No, you gotta read those stories. You're gonna save the world, Neil. That's what we all want, not this adolescent, juvenile stuff that you seem to like.
Right out of the box, right from the get-go, right off the freaking bat. Why do I even take women callers? You know, we should just ban women from calling the show. We don't get that many anyhow. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, how many women call the show in a year?
About 30, man.
Maybe, if we're lucky.
Take out the ones that are calling freeloading.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, let me give you the categories of women callers. Not that the men are like, because generally speaking, you know what I think of callers anyway. But women callers are in 3 or 4 categories. Number 1, freeloaders.
Can I have the tickets? Can I have the tickets? Can I have free something?
Then you got the bilingualism crowd in South Florida, women callers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And then we'd have one a year.
Absolutely.
Then we got the women like this bitch. Everything has to be what she wants. It's all got to be heavy-duty politics. It's got to be the Randy Rhoads, I'm going to save the world from itself philosophy. You know, that kind of crap. Yeah, forget about that. That's not what my audience wants. I mean, if you open up a restaurant and 95% of your people want to have the cheeseburgers, but you like spaghetti better, and it come to find out that in your neighborhood nobody likes spaghetti, and you insist on force-feeding them spaghetti instead of the cheeseburgers that they want, guess what? You're going to go out of business. You got to give the public what they want, sweetheart, okay? So I've repeated it many, because I'm too worked up into a frenzy to read it right now and do it justice. Because for justice, we must trace that call and go to her house and just beat the snot out of that bitch. I mean, she's just nasty. She's a nasty freaking bitch. If you don't like the way the show is, then go away. That's all. Very simple. Have a nice life. I don't wish you any ill. I mean,
No.
if you happen to trip and break your neck, that's okay. But I don't wish you any harm or bad health.
That's not the way it works.
I see.
Change it for me.
So in other words, I got to do what she wants.
There you go.
I got to do it her way. I got to sit here and read ponderous crap hour after hour after hour. Like I started to say before you interrupted me. No, I interrupted myself. You couldn't believe the stack of crap you can only imagine I'd start the show with each day. Just to make sure I didn't run out, of course. Then I had all the tabloids, the Inquirer and the Star, all of that stuff to try to lighten it up a little bit. There's enough grief in the world. Just ask Beaner Boy. He'll tell you. There's enough grief in the world already. Without my sitting here and trying to get everybody depressed. This show, and that's the one thing, again, here I'm patting myself on the other shoulder. I can't think of any other show, ever, on the radio, where they actually did both. Where you could, try to entertain, do I don't know what percentage, heavy percentage of comedy and a comedy bits, and try to lighten it up, and also try to pass along some worthwhile information. Educate, entertain, whatever the hell it is we do. Just a goddamn radio show, that's all.
Infotainment.
Infotainment, very good. Not original, but very good.
No, I didn't say it was.
Oh, now what is this that somebody just sent me? Where did this come from? Didn't come from you.
I ain't faxing anything. I'm in the other little room.
X-Trans Overview Report. Oh, I see. This is all they care about at the WQAM. Not how did we do. It's not important that you succeed, but that your competitors fail. WRFX. And it's funny, this is right on the heels of the interview they did with that obnoxious David Ross from Cheap Channel a few days ago when I was down there. I never got around to reading that. Somebody faxed it to me. About, we found an opening there in the sports market, and of course they have a talent on in midday who doesn't do a sports show. WRFX, in May of 2003, I want you to guess how many diaries reported WRFX. I want you to guess the number.
I kind of already know.
Oh, that's right. You faxed this to me?
No.
Oh. The number starts with and ends in
0.0.
infinity. None. Zero. Nice going, David Ross. This, to me, is unprecedented.
You should have seen the cartwheels in the hall yesterday.
And again, keep in mind that Greg Reed had wild diarrhea for about 2 weeks when they first decided to turn that thing all sports. See, all sports to begin with is a very, very, very narrow slice of the human pie out there, okay? There's only a certain number of sports nerds that want to see LeBron James picking his crotch on CNBC. Although they probably get aroused by it. I know Clarence was all turned on by it. WRFX. I mean, they had done the numbers they did before were 0.3. What? This is 12 plus. This is the whole audience. This is from birth to death. They have nobody listening based on this May report from Arbitron. Did my fax machine just get jammed up or something, or what? One moment, please. I think there's more crap coming.
Yeah, I was sending more stuff over.
It's just, it's getting the crap. This, I would like to send this to Petey Bolger, David Ross, Rana Fink, all you assholes there at Cheap Channel, Lowry Mays, all you geniuses, all you rocket scientists who, thanks to your friends and thanks to your right-wing friends in Washington, are going to continue destroying this radio business that we used to know and love and enjoy. They take 940 on the dial, and I'll say it again, I do have a bug up my ass because I used to work there. In fact, Mo, let me reach down and grab it. Oh, it's a bug. It's moving. 940 WINZ it used to be. 50,000 watts in the middle of the dial. Great frequency, great tradition, great history. Once great ratings, once upon a time when some of us worked there. And they've turned it into another sports nerd station that has no audience, not one diary, nada, zero, zippity-doo-dah. How do you like that? Stick it up your ass, David Ross, you jackass. Nice work. Another radio genius. And this is what Michael Powell and his Republican colleagues on the FCC have done, or what they're trying to do, all of the Senate's trying to block it, is give these people the opportunity to own more and more, own newspapers. Pretty soon they can spew their right-wing propaganda in every orifice in your body, because that's all you'll have. If you put a goddamn piece of toast in your pop-up toaster, when it pops up, there'll be more right-wing crap from Cheap Channel. And nobody is buying it. Nobody is eating it. Nobody is touching it. Nobody wants it. That makes me very pleased. 10:57 at 560 WQM. You know, hurricane season's here. That's not too pleasing. Before a storm hits, you always put up shutters to protect your windows and doors of your home. But what about the roof of your house? The Somay Paint Factory makes Roof Mastic, a roof coating that can help you hurricane-proof your roof. Somay's Roof Mastic saved hundreds of roofs during Hurricane Andrew, while unprotected roofs were peeling off and flying away right down the road. Somay also has waterproof coatings for every kind of roof ever made. Call the Somay Paint Factory at 305-633-6333. The Somay Paint Factory is the oldest quality paint and waterproof coating manufacturer in the entire state of Florida. Somay will save you money because they eliminate the middleman markups. They sell to everybody at wholesale prices that are 60% lower than what you'd pay for the same national brands at retail stores. So protect your home and property from South Florida's brutal tropical climate with the best paints and waterproof coatings under the sun at the best prices, too. Call the Somay, S-O-M-A-Y, Somay Paint Factory, 305-633-6333, or find them on the web at Somay.com. You save a lot of cash, a crap load of money, when you buy direct from the Somay Paint Factory. Tell them that old Neil told you to call Adolescent Neil, 305-633-6333.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
You're a bastard.
Morpheus, Neo, and Trinity are back in the next installment in The Matrix. The third prophecy. In the third prophecy, the Oracle says,
Mr. Smith will become Miss Smith.
First there was The Matrix, then The Matrix Reloaded, now Matrix Uncocked. Directed by the former Larry Wachowski, now known as Debbie. Coming soon to a theater and a dumpster near you.
11:02 at 560 WQM. We got the Mad Dog at 2 this afternoon. You got the Humper from 4 until 6:35. Another heavy assignment for the Humper today. 2.5 hours. That's the way we like it, with the same pay. Marlins on deck 6:35. And yeah, they're 500, Pharrell, but they've been fattening up on the underlings, on the cellar dwellers, the Mets and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. That's all they play every day. And they play at the Mets again tonight, so who the hell knows. Eddie Camp to the baseball game, and Joe and Mark overnight, 2 to 5 in a.m., when Howard comes in and picks some seeds. Why would you fax me this story again about Craig Stevens, the paper boy at Channel 7, when I just read it the other day?
I didn't.
You didn't?
That was me.
Oh, in other words, you're faxing the stories now?
He's in there using your computer.
Gee, don't be faxing me stuff that I already had on the air. Oh, don't let him, listen, just control his, keep him limited, okay?
I didn't see him do it. He snuck around behind me.
Keep him on a very, very tight leash. I've been telling you that for 3 weeks. Keep him on a tight leash. You refuse to do it. Now, you know, I dasn't take that call on line 4 because we had a whole bunch of calls on there and then they all vanished because this show is so damn important. We're going to save the world with it. They just ran away. Maybe they
it's going to be good.
Hide under the bed. This call's going to be good?
I don't know.
Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil, I got good news. I'm calling to retire from crank calling.
Good. Okay, goodbye. That's the same guy that calls on line 9 every day. At least he called on 4 today. Goodbye. You know, this asshole, the one he also not only called twice yesterday, but faxed as well. This business, well, we really love your show. That's what we want to contribute. You have nothing to contribute.
You only got one of his faxes, by the way.
I beg your pardon?
You only got one of his faxes.
I see. If you like the show, listen. Okay, do what most everybody else is. Don't call. They don't call. I have no calls right now. None. By the way, we'll do screenless today, so you don't have to answer the phone. I don't want you having to answer the phone in there. Look at all the great calls we get on screenless. You get to talk to a lot more people that way. They're busy. They don't have time to sit on hold in the goddamn heat, okay? They're busy sitting under the air conditioning trying to get their breath back. Trying not to suffocate. I'm a good one to talk, man. 95 today and a smog alert. A little toasty these next 2 days. 34 tomorrow, which is, I think, about like 94. But then back to 77 on Friday here in T.O.
We got you beat. It's raining flaming meteors today.
Again?
Well, not yet.
Oh, but it will be. It'll be pouring cats and dogs. You'll see. So here's how we want you to do the show. See, it's the same thing with these chronics. Don't make up as we go along. It's the Neil Rogers Show. We decide, me, George, Beaner Boy, we decide what we're going to be doing on the show. We don't do it for the chronics. We don't need your input like 80 times a day. If you're that much of a groupie, sit back, do what we want you to do what we ask you to do. Listen and enjoy it. Squeeze yourself, have a great time. Squeeze your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever. That's it. But don't try to inflict it. I mean, every one of the chronics, it's always been the deal. That misfit from Port St. Lucie, all of them. Oh, but you're like turning on us. We love your show. Fine, just leave us alone. That's all. That's all we ask. Don't be chronic. Don't be obnoxious. Oh, but we like you so much. Stalkers. That's what most of those people are. They're like stalkers.
Huh? Phone stalkers, fax stalkers.
SIT is what they are. Stalkers in training. Now, how would Brian Murray pronounce that? SIT. WQAM.
with George O'Neill?
Okay.
Is this George?
O'Neill. This is George O'Neill.
George, I have a question for you. I don't know if you guys want to put it in the air or not, and it's been driving me batty when you guys were discussing movies.
Yeah.
And Once Upon a Time in America, what the hell is the ending?
Oh, if we knew the answer to that, we wouldn't be sitting here. We'd be billionaires.
No, nobody really knows?
No. Well, I mean, you do know that James Woods got chopped up in the garbage truck.
Right.
That was a waste management dumpster, too, wasn't it?
Right, because they had a special 2 nights ago on De Niro, some kind of award they gave him.
Right.
And every co-star that in each movie, they had a little vignette on it, and they did Once Upon a Time in America, so whatever it is. Hey, I'm a foreigner, just like you, okay?
I know.
Not just like me.
And whatchamacallit, and I was just curious if anybody knew exactly what the ending was.
I'm glad you reminded me, because a couple of weeks ago the director's cut, whatever it is, the DVD came out, and I forgot about that, so I have to pick it up today.
I mean, it was a great movie, but short of the girl that never ages, she always looks the same, and she's supposed to be 50 years older.
Right.
The ending was bizarre. Anyway, Neil, keep up the show and do it any way you can well, please.
Thanks a lot, Pally. Yeah, I'm going to watch the unedited version, the one that lasts about 7 or 8 hours.
Oh, God.
And see if I can figure out what. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, one thing I've learned is that if you're going to ask, what is this movie all about, you're in for a lot of trouble. It's like Magnolia. Magnolia, what's it all about? Well, I mean, that song is basically the essence. Oh, what did I do with those CDs?
Butt CDs?
Those butt CDs. I think they're in Howard's,
Rectum.
if you ask me.
Absolutely.
It's pretty seedy.
Hey, Howard, when in doubt, pick some out.
All the crap you can unwrap.
Yeah. Hey, I thought you said they were sending me more of this stuff, Boner Boy. Was that the other crap you were faxing me that you were babbling about? Because this didn't come from you anyway.
That was the only sheet. That was the only sheet Clarence gave me.
Oh, he gave you this?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Clarence gave him this. So, in other words, Clarence being the sports nerd. See, this ends the debate. George already knew this. You had the right answer. He doesn't need sex. His life is sports. That's it. He's a sports nerd.
Sports!
Yeah. When the Hurricanes win, whether it's football, baseball, he squirt in his pants, okay? He has an orgasm in his pants. That's why he wears that rubber underwear. Oh, it's kind of hot this time of year. No, seriously, because he does a lot of that. Every time the Dolphins win, there you go. Oh, Clarence just, he ejaculated 6 times in the fourth quarter. In his pants. Because that's it. That's his life. He's a silly person. I like him. He's a good guy. And it is payday, so that check better be there in my box. But other than that. So what does he fax? One sheet from this, this is an extrapolation of the Arbitron, the trend rating that came in yesterday, which we sucked wind. But WRFX, like I said, not important that we did well, but that they completely fall on their ass, and they did. You can just see Greg and Clarence running around in the hallway, arm in arm,
You should have seen it.
I'm sure of it. I'm positive. I don't have to be there to see it. I'm
they
touching
were
it.
Running. They were doing handsprings.
Yeah.
And cartwheels.
I mean, actually, when you look back to the winter book, and you look to March, I mean, how much? And they had day parts where they had zeros, like March 7 to midnight, they had 0. And we're talking about persons 12 plus, which is the whole audience. We're not talking about some narrow demographic. We're not talking about 18 to 34-year-old women who wouldn't listen to a sports station anyway. We're talking about the entire audience, 12 to 1 million.
Even the morning show?
Even that highly touted morning show.
Even with all our help?
Even the one that the Crow is on now has got a big fat 0. That's a 0 point. Oh. Not a I've never seen that in my life, in the history of my freaking life. I've never heard of such a thing.
Right. Maybe on some of these, like, Penny Annie Haitian brokered stations.
I mean, keep in mind, they give out thousands of diaries. So, I mean, even if you suck wind, even if everybody hates your station, just by osmosis, some schmuck is going to say, oh, I listen to Fox Sports. I listen to that.
One.
None. 0. A clean sheet. That is just, I'm saving it. I'm putting that right on top of the thing that's got Moses' home address on it. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Don't forget our big 1 to 2 hour today. We look forward to it every Wednesday. And we took a poll on that too. And, it was menza. Cum si, cum sa. We're doing okay with it. I like it. The audience seems to enjoy it. Clarence likes it because it gives them the chance to listen to old tapes of ball games. WQAM, nobody there. Impatient, man. Bad sign. WQAM.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Great. How are you?
If the Bushmeister came on and admitted that he was a face man for Tinky Winky and Falwell, and admitted that he was in the pocket of insurance companies, and,
his approval rating would still be 68%.
And banks, and what would happen in Middle America? Would they care if he admitted that he ginned up the stuff for the war?
No.
They wouldn't even care.
I don't understand it. I can't fathom it. In fact, one of the most grotesque stories was either one we had it on yesterday or we got it on today about the poll about going to war in Iran. It's 56 to 38% Americans are in favor of going to war in Iran. If that's what, here it is. Majority backs use of force in Iran. 56 to 38. The public endorses the use of military to block Iran from developing nuclear weapons. So they've already basically told us they lied through their teeth. There were no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. Now they're singing a song about, Iran is trying to acquire nuclear weapons. And 56% still believe it?
Well, they can come on and, like I said, they can come on and admit, we don't have anything, but we just want to do it. And it wouldn't matter to these
That's
roots.
Right.
And the other thing is they keep talking about, we're going to, Osama and Saddam, it's so important to find them. Well, Rudolph had to walk up to a garbage can in North Carolina for them to find them. And they didn't even find them. It was some Barney Fife guy that found them.
That is correct. Hey, listen, what about the Ted Kaczynski? If it wouldn't have been for his brother, if it wouldn't have been for that and that letter in the New York Times, they never would have found him.
Yeah, but they keep talking about, when we capture all the deck of cards, we're going to have all these people confessing about everything. And they keep moving the ball. Because they said, when we have all the people and the scientists talk, then we're going to know where the weapons of mass destruction are and all the people are. And meanwhile, they have all these people, at least the majority of them, and nobody apparently said anything.
Yeah.
So they know they're totally incompetent. It's just, the people just don't think in this country.
They don't give a crap. They're busy waiting for American Idol and, who's going to win the goddamn ball game. Have a great day, Pally.
Thanks, man.
See ya. He's forgot his thumb right on it, man. 56 to 38. This is the latest poll. Just came out. Washington Post, ABC News poll. Back the government going into Iran, if that's what it takes to keep Iran from developing nuclear arms. Oh, my God. What? This guy's got his thumb right on it. What does it take to convince the American public? Because they're stupid, Most people are stupid. Iran, Iraq, Syria, they wouldn't know where to find him on They got to get a search party. Got to get Mo to stick his hand in it. See if he can find it. Maybe that's what he's looking for. Maybe he's looking for those weapons of mass destruction. You think? 5670560. How's the poll coming? We need 50%, Boner Boy, or your efforts are going to be. That would be a real shot in the head. Wouldn't you take that personal?
Very.
I would. I'd be offended and wounded after all the hours that I've spent digging out those stories. 314 votes. Should Neil keep posting the bedtime stories on the website? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's important. 167, 53.1%. Keep your eye on the percentage. That's the key. That's the story. I'd rather see more naked pictures, 68. I rarely read them, 25. I don't need it. I read lots of news websites, 23. Well, good for you. Excuse us. I only care about the pool, 20, and I mostly care about the goofy stuff, 11. Goofy. Which is 3.5%. So for that bitch that called before, only 3.5% of our audience is like totally goofy, okay? They're not articulate and erudite like you are, bitch. 11:14 at 560 WQM. Hey, if you're in a dead-end job, maybe college is too expensive for you, don't have the cash, and plus it takes too long anyway to get your life started. If you can afford $10 a month and commit yourself to 3 nights a week for 4 months, our friends at Fast Train can really help you achieve a brand new, high-paying computer career. In other words, they can help you get a life. That's right, just $10 a month and 3 nights a week for only 4 months for individuals who qualify. Call them today and get all the information on how they can give you like a big fat paycheck. Call 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. With 4 locations in town, there's bound to be one nearby. You call them at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. Talk with a trained career counselor. They offer you day, evening, and weekend schedules, job placement, hands-on training. Pick up that instrument right now. When you do call, be sure and tell them that Todd Dreck told you to call. They'll get a real chuckle out of that. 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. Fast Train's deferred payment is valid for a year. Regular payments apply thereafter. Whether you're a high school student on summer break, somebody in an underpaid dead-end job, or just looking to increase your net worth, call Fast Train 1-866-FAST-TRAIN or check them out on that worldwide wicked web at fasttrain.com.
My and local. This is Sports Radio 560, QAM.
Neil Rogers on 560 QAM.
Hey, there we go. Hey, y'all, my name is Clarence Eugene Thomas, President Bush's nominee for the Supreme Court. And you know, there's lots of people out there that think just cause I smoked a little marijuana when I was in college, yeah, it wasn't nothing but a pen joint, well, maybe a cigar-side joint, I don't remember, y'all, that they don't think I'm fit to be on the Supreme Court. Hey, I got the munchies. Let's do this quick and get out of here. I want to set y'all straight. When I start reviewing the law, I don't just review the law. Hell, y'all, I be toking. And I toke it to the east, and I toke it to the west, and I toke it while I look up Sandra Day O'Connor's dress.
Rectum.
I be toking. Let's go burn one, y'all.
So Maureen Dowd writes in today's New York Times, here you go, honey, here's the bedtime story. Now, you know she's still listening, right?
Oh, yeah.
She's got that thing cranked up real loud. In fact, she's probably got the radio right between her knees now. Maureen Dowd, one of my very favorites, writes, could Thomas be right? Speaking of Clarence Thomas, she says, what a cunning man Clarence Thomas is. He knew that he couldn't make a powerful legal argument against racial preferences, given the fact that he got into Yale Law School and got picked for the Supreme Court thanks to his race. So he made a powerful psychological argument against what the British call positive discrimination, known here as affirmative action. Justice Thomas's dissent in the 5-4 decision preserving affirmative action in university admissions has persuaded me that affirmative action is not the way to go. The dissent is a clinical study of a man who's been driven barking mad by the beneficial treatment that he's received. It's poignant, really. It makes him crazy that people think he is where he is because of his race, but he is where he is because of his race. Other justices rely on clerks and legal footnotes to help with their opinions. Justice Thomas relies on his id, turning an opinion on race into a therapeutic outburst. In his dissent, he snidely dismisses the University of Michigan's law school's desire to see minority faces in the mix as racial aesthetics, given the effort to balance bigotry and social and the moral weight of a Benetton ad. The phrase racial aesthetics would be more appropriately applied to W's nominating convention in Philadelphia when the Republicans put on a minstrel show for the white fat cats in the audience. Justice Thomas scorns affirmative action as a faddish slogan of the cognoscenti. Quoting Frederick Douglass on the Negro 140 years ago, he urges, all I ask is give him a chance to stand on his own legs. Let him alone. Your interference is doing him positive injury. He is at the pinnacle, an African-American who succeeded in getting past the Anita Hill sexual harassment scandal by playing the race card, calling the hearing a high-tech lynching, and who got $1.5 million advanced to write his African-American Horatio Alger story from pinpoint to points after. So why, despite his racial blessings, does he come across as an angry, bitter, self-pitying victim? It's impossible not to be disgusted at someone who could benefit so much from affirmative action and then pull up the ladder after himself. So maybe he's disgusted with his own great historic ingratitude. When he switched from a Democrat to a conservative as a young man, he knew that he'd be a hotter commodity in politics. But he also knew that it would bring him the scorn of blacks who deemed him as a pawn of the white establishment, people like Justice Thurgood Marshall who ridiculed Clarence Thomas and others as goddamn black sellouts for benefiting from affirmative action and then denigrating it. As Jill Abramson and Jane Meyer writes in Strange Justice, Mr. Thomas himself complained in 1987 in a speech that, to win acceptance in conservative ranks, a black was required to become a caricature of sorts, providing sideshows of anti-black quips and attacks, just as blonde conservative pundits flash long legs and sneer at feminism. When the 43-year-old was nominated by Bush 41 with the preposterous claim that he was the best qualified man for the job, GOP strategists diverted attention away from the judge's scant credentials and controversial record by pushing his inspiring life story, grandson of a sharecropper and son of a Georgia woman who picked the meat out of crab shells. But it's as if Justice Thomas has been swallowed by his own personal drama, just as Bob Dole and Bob Kerrey were swallowed by their gripping personal dramas on the presidential campaign trail. Mr. Thomas is so blinded by his own autobiography, he can no longer focus on bigger issues of morality and justice. Having used his personal story to get on the court, he's now left to worry that his success is not personal enough. President Bush, the Yale legacy who also disdains affirmative action, is playing affirmative action politics in the preliminary vetting of a prospective Supreme Court nominee, Alberto Gonzalez. No doubt Bush 43 will call Mr. Gonzalez the best qualified man for the job, rather than the one best qualified to help harvest the 2004 Hispanic vote. President Bush and Justice Thomas have brought me around. I don't want affirmative action. I want whatever they got. That's what Maureen Dowd says in today's New York Times. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it, okay? Put that in your... and pull it out, Mo. Okay?
Absolutely.
Good. Hope you enjoy it. You know Mo's slogan.
All the crap you can unwrap.
That's it. Isn't that a great line, that last line of that story?
I want that
President
too.
Bush and Justice Thomas have brought me around. I don't want affirmative action. I want whatever they got. Oh, what a great line, Maureen. She's the best. See, there's another thing about that bitch that called and got us off to a really sour start today. I'd rather hear the retire. I'd rather hear that guy. You know, at least he's almost, not amusing, but yeah, I don't know. There's something about him.
No, I think that's him now.
Is that him on line 6?
I don't know.
Retire line, hello.
Brilliant article by Maureen Dowd. She's great.
Yes,
great
she is.
writer. And hits everything right on, the head. Two things. First of all, I just recently got done reading Blinded by the Right.
Right.
Enlightening and disturbing all rolled up into one.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing is, I don't know if you discussed this already, and if I'm rehashing, I apologize. But
And keep in mind, speaking of Blinded by the Right, keep in mind that now that David Brock has seen at least we can sleep easy at night knowing that there's always a misgrudge there to replace him.
Oh, absolutely, which is even more disturbing than
Step
anything
into the
else.
breach.
The whole incident yesterday on Good Morning America with Ann Coulter. Did you hear?
I didn't see it. I didn't hear about it.
Oh, yeah, apparently she got up there. Diane Sawyer was interviewing her because Ann Coulter wrote a new book, which apparently she goes out of her way to commend Joe McCarthy and talk about how he was just absolutely right in doing what he did.
Lovely.
But nevertheless, Diane Sawyer said something to her about the fact that you're going to be going head-to-head on the bestseller list with Hillary Clinton, and Coulter said, I hope so. She said, I'm going to win because she has a 3-to-1 pound advantage over me. And normally Sawyer's pretty unflappable, and she said, "What did you say? What I think you just said?" And basically sat there and called her fat and pissed off a lot of fat viewers to the show. And somebody even wrote in. I'm reading this off MSNBC's website actually. That somebody wrote in and said that Ann Coulter's appearing on The View today, and let's just see if she makes that comment in front of Star Jones.
Oh, yeah. Won't that be lovely? She'll get up and beat the crap out of her.
And you know what? As much as I can't stand Star Jones, I would actually tune in to see that happen.
I'd pay money to watch her lay that bitch out.
Oh, that makes two of us. That's it.
Thanks a lot, Pally.
Alrighty.
See ya. Excellent call. How do you like that? Oh! So there you go. On the one hand, we had a good call with a guy that, he didn't carry on for a long period of time. He said his piece and he got out of here. Had something to say. As opposed to the other bitch who didn't really have anything to say other than to tell me how to do the show. We don't take instructions on how to do the program. If you like it, listen. Suck it up. The price is right. It's free. If you don't like it, have a great life. We wish you nothing but the best. Maybe a couple of car wrecks along the way. Nothing serious. But that's it. And if you want to listen once in a while, guess what? That's up to you. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever makes you happy, okay? I realize that's probably silly talk in South Florida, but whatever makes you reasonably happy, everything being relative the way it is. See what I'm saying?
What a great deal.
Good. Should Neil keep posting the bedtime stories on his website? We're asking on neilrogers.com today. We're getting a spectacular response. 359 votes already. Absolutely. Yes, important.
Absolutely.
190. 52.9%. I'd rather see more naked pictures, 81. I rarely read them, 28. I don't need it. I read lots of news websites, 25. I only care about the poll, 22. I mostly care about the goofy stuff, 13. See, I respect the people who say they only care about the goofy stuff more than those. Oh, I don't need that. I read lots of news websites. I put it on there because I knew it would get votes, you know.
Sure.
Because it gives them a chance to give us a shtuch, a little twist in the back. Stick it in there and twist it. And the knife, too. 11:27 at 560. Here's something you ought to stick in your mouth. No, not that. We're talking about Oleomed. Oleomed soft gels contain the finest olive oil on this planet, maybe in the universe. Super concentrated, loaded with health benefits for you. Oleomed every day can help reduce the risk of heart disease and high cholesterol and lots of other bad things, too. And the good news is now there are 14 different Oleomed formulas you can choose from, each one combining the finest olive oil with vitamins, minerals, herbals to support specific needs, from your bones to your blood pressure to your immune system. I'm taking a blood pressure Oleomed every single day. My pressure is better than it has been in years. Just pick out the formulas that are right for you. And now there are 3 new Oleomed formulas, one to help you sleep, one to help you control that disgusting girth, and Cell Q10 for your heart. Pick up some Oleomed just while you're out doing shopping. Just to keep it in mind, pick it up at Publix, Eckerd's, Walgreens, Whole Food Markets, Navarro's, and Sedano's. If you like, you can order it online. OleomedAmerica.com is their website. Or if you want more info on their stupendous products and what they can do for you, call them toll-free at 1-866-OLEOMED. That's 1-866 888-653-6633. Pick some Oleomed up today and start popping it in your mouth for really better health.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
Ann Coulter is a party girl slut, party girl slut, party girl slut. Ann Coulter is a party girl slut, party girl slut, party girl slut.
Absolutely.
On her back, legs are spread. Nancy snatch, it's good head. Nancy snatch, Nancy snatch, Nancy snatch, Nancy snatch, Nancy snatch, Nancy snatch, Nancy snatch. A camel toe, 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 a camel toe.
A moralist monster, a good girl who wants to be a media hoe and prefers it on top quiver. You want more on this lady? Here's what I'll give you. She's got a book to read about slandering. Nobody knows more about slandering out with a big stupid mouth. Anyone to the left of Mangala, such a good Christian girl, you want to strangle her. Pontificating who she's hating, political pundit pontificating, scrub on the floor and masturbating. A Republican skanky hoe. She's a federalissimo, making liberal a dirty word, you know, in a miniskirt showing camel toe. Ann Coulter knows what cake can be in a miniskirt that smells fishy. She's a tall drink of water on the side of Law and Order with a back alley look. If you like your broads taller, if you got the money, she'll spread those legs with a cigarette and a Chardonnay. Ann Coulter, political pundit, the angel of the right and an easy lady.
That fucking bitch. 11:34, 26 till noon at 560 WQAM. 378 votes on a poll. 52.6% say they want us to continue those bedtime stories on the website.
Absolutely.
See, one of the great things on the website, I know this comes as really being revolutionary, like to that bitch that was our first caller of the day that got me really porked off a little bit. Comes as a shock to her. But you can read whatever you want on there. Isn't that amazing? Right?
Get out.
You can take a look at the poll. You can vote. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. You can pick and choose whatever makes you happy.
You mean
whatever you want to sit there and stare at that picture of Clarence and the Beast all day, which amuses the hell out of me.
How revolutionary. We could have naked pictures, goofy crap, and stories, and a poll.
Clarence, by the way, this morning made a declaration. He actually butched up a little bit. He said that if he and the Beast are going to do it like on stage, he will be on top. He said he just can't envision the Beast being on top of him.
It's a matter of physics.
How about side by each? I got another great bedtime story. Can you believe that? Because I have no call. Actually, I do have calls. Well, I'm going to read this one anyway. I want to read this.
Good.
This is See, there you go again, mister. If I listened to you, we'd blow off half of the audience. See, I agree with you. It's better stuff than Maricon. Chamba.
I'll admit, I'm
retired.
I like it. Yeah.
But we're here to get. And by the way, Clarence, since you're so whipped up into a frenzy and you're squeezing your little tiny penis all about Fox News didn't have any of them, and you've got the X-Trend extrapolation here, how come we can't have some stuff about our station? Wouldn't that be nice? That might be useful to us and give us we went down QAM in this trend. I mean, I realized it was a heavy SPO and SPO month. Okay, big deal. But nevertheless, we went down. I mean, when Howard Sperm goes down a month and a half, you realize that our kind of radio is, and when the other sports station gets no diaries, it wasn't in the cards for us to do well that month. But instead of reveling so much in the other guy had no diaries, how about taking a look at what we did, Clarence? Huh? I just mentioned that in passing. While you're squeezing yourself looking at that picture of you and the Beast on the website. It is a lovely, and speaking of that, when are we going to get the other one, the colorful one up, Beaner? By the way, you're under a lot of stress.
Picture?
The wedding picture.
Don't go piling now.
Why not? Why not pile it on?
Absolutely.
John Moyers is editor-in-chief of TomPaine.com and writes, I'm going to squeeze myself when I read these words. George W. Bush is a liar. I said it, the L word. Someone in Washington had to. Thanks to AWOL WMD, people all across America have the L word on their lips, but here in D.C. it's still a hard one to mouth. Few Washington-based commentators and fewer politicians have done so. On Sunday, June 22nd, the New York Times had a chance to be the first big league outfit to say it plainly, but the headline on Washington-based reporter David E. Rosenbaum's story, Bush may have exaggerated, but did he lie, was a tip that the story would pull up short. Rosenbaum considered it a narrow question, whether Mr. Bush has told any neat, tidy, obvious lies, and concluded he has not, a couple of fibs and distortions maybe, but no lies. Whether the president twisted intelligence on WMD can probably be answered conclusively only by historians when all the evidence and consequences are known, Rosenbaum wrote, so our kids get to pay the debt of our imperial aspirations and our tax breaks, and someday they'll be the first to know how it all happened. Great. Distance seems to make criticism easier. The Times Princeton-based columnist Paul Krugman has written that the administration systematically and brazenly distorts the facts and is choosing and exaggerating intelligence and misleading the public. Close, but still no L word. Boston-based William Rivers Pitt isn't daunted. The administration lied us into a war, writes the high school teacher who moonlights as a columnist for truthout.org. Trust a teacher on this. We can spot liars who haven't done their homework a mile away. A full-page ad in the New York Times last week by MoveOn.org and Win Without War groups with members across the nation put it plainly and hoisted the president on his own pointed WMD, words of mass distortion. Under the headline, Misleader, the ad stacked up 5 of Mr. Bush's P-War whoppers and noted it would be a tragedy if young men and women were sent to die for a lie. Full disclosure, TomPaine.com liked the ad so much we paid to run it this week in the Weekly Standard. Harley Sorensen, writing on sfgate.com, gets the prize for directness. Why mince words? These are the facts. 1, President George W. Bush is a liar. 2, Secretary of State Colin Powell is a liar. 3, Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld is a liar. 4, National Security Advisor Condoleezza Rice is a liar. No mincing there. So the word is out there in different forms. Lies, lies, lying, liar. When will Mr. Bush putative opponents in the government, the Democrats, decide it's time to tell it like it is? Democrats have accused the president of a pattern of deception and deceit. Senator Bob Graham said he's not been entirely truthful. Howard Dean, and led us to war based on unfounded assertions. Representative Dennis Kucinich. Strong stuff, but still no L word. Opposition worthy of the name would push the GOP-controlled House and Senate hearings beyond the question of what the intelligence community knew about WMD, where it seems stalled. Senator Jay Rockefeller, the ranking Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee, could invoke committee rules that would allow his minority party to launch a full investigation, but he won't, reportedly for fear of being seen as partisan. If this isn't the time for partisanship, after all, we're talking about manipulations that led the nation into war, what is? Rockefeller's timidity is allowing committee Republicans to cover what looks more every day like a lie of literally global magnitude. Perhaps Democrats fear the day when WMD are found, and they will be found by hook or crook. But they needn't worry. Even if misleading the nation to war weren't an issue, Mr. Bush's record is full of lies. The president says he supports our troops, but he proposed cutting veterans' benefits and sidestepped a law meant to protect the health of soldiers headed for combat. His Leave No Child Behind pledge is a fraud. He's vastly underfunded his own education plan, and he signed the recent tax bill even after GOP minions sneakily removed provisions benefiting low-income families. Mr. Bush says he's a compassionate conservative, but only a hard-hearted radical would push his Robin Hood and reverse tax policies. He says he wants to expand national service programs, but he's presiding over a huge cut in AmeriCorps programs. Candidate Bush promised to be a uniter, not a divider, but his foreign policies have profoundly divided the international community, isolated America, and devalued her stock in the eyes of the world. Mr. Bush's administration is built on lies, which means the granddaddy of them all is his promise to restore honor and integrity to the Oval Office. Presidential brain Karl Rove must be worried. Rove knows that any president's popularity rests more on whether voters think he's a believable and admirable leader than on the substance of issues. George W. Bush has that going for him. People might not like his policies if they understand them at all, but they like his swagger and certitude, and they trust him to do what he says. But that trust could crumble if questions linger about whether the White House deceived us into war. Few of the president's allies could or would defend that. Even GOP TV, a.k.a. Fox News, would have trouble explaining away that one. Outstanding article by John Moyers, editor-in-chief of TomPaine.com.
Oh!
Nice reading, Neil. Thank you.
Excellent.
How do you like that?
I liked it a lot.
See, that bitch, she thinks I want to be the Victor Borga of talk show hosts.
Is that right?
No, that was the
Senior Wences.
No, Victor Borga was the one that always was threatening to play the piano, and he'd play a couple of notes and would never play it, even though he could do it very well. She thinks I'm going to threaten to read the bedtime. I'll read whatever ones I want to. How do you like that, honey? When and if and how I feel like it. Because last time I checked, it was the Neil Rogers show, not some sour, miserable, humorless bitch show. Why is that? I've asked that so many years. Why is it that the women of South Florida, maybe it's just women in general, in the U.S. anyway.
How much time are you giving me?
Are so uptight and have no sense of humor. That maybe they're too busy watching Jerry Springer, something intellectual like that, or Judge Judy. Huh?
Maybe.
Maybe they're doing their duty and watching Judge Judy. While Mo is picking his booty. 19 till noon at 560. Don't forget it's Wednesday. That means that gigantic all comedy bits 1 to 2 hours because we're adolescent and juvenile on this radio station and we're proud of it. How do you like that? We can actually pass along some useful information and also have a goofy time and get a few laughs and do a whole bunch of things. And maybe squeeze ourselves once or twice, too. Women in South Florida, man, get a life. Get a sense of humor. Lighten up a little bit, okay? You miserable. But, boy, if we were talking about bilingualism and those nasty Cubans or about Elian or about hanging Chads, man, they'd be calling in like crazy. Pikipani. Women who haven't even been born yet would be calling this show. And we already know that happens because we've experienced it. We've been there, done that. 11:42. If you've been there and done that on all the other diets, if you've tried every single dieting plan under the and under the sun, and they still haven't worked for you, if you're still fat, if you're frustrated, if you're nauseous from just being so damn big, Balance for Life is something you really ought to try, because for so many people out there, it works. And the reason it works is because it's based on the zone diet, and because even the simplest of simpletons out there don't have to figure out anything. There's no calorie counting or carbohydrate counting, no cooking, no shopping even, no cleaning, no worries, just great results. Balance for Life does it for you because they deliver right to your door by 6 o'clock in the morning every day, a little black sack. In that sack, 3 gourmet meals, 2 delicious snacks, they're all in there, all the food you need for the day. Nothing pre-fad, no little teeny tiny portions. Everything is made with the freshest, the best, the finest ingredients under the sun. So get with a real weight loss program, not some drastic, crazy diet regimen that leaves you starving. This will keep you satisfied and full and happy all day long. The only choice you have to make is filling out that menu. And you pick between 2 choices for each meal every day that you're on the program. They do all the rest of the work, including delivering it right to your door. So if you're tired of being overweight, out of shape, lethargic, diabetic, or on the verge of diabetes, let Balance for Life take care of that dieting once and for all. Call them today, 954-568-3229. 954-568-3229, or get more details about what they can do for you on their website, balanceforlife.com.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Oh, fat ass Rosie, please go away. Find a new way to attack a buffet. Go home and eat your ho-hos till you explode. Just like your fat shut-in ladies have to buy 2 seats on a plane. Smelling your fingers that have yellow stain from Cheetos. Can't see your toes past your piggy poo nose. Proud to be fat, disgusting, and tasty. Oi, oi. You make the shut-in women smile. They like a gal who's fat and sassy. Big smelly fat, so repulsive and vile. Your body cheese smells like a crapper after it was occupied by Ed Asner. Need a shoehorn to get into your car, 'cause you're too goddamn wide. Absolutely. Oink and squeal, oink and squeal, oink and squeal, fat lady, fibbing with your lover lesbian, slobbering and snorting a tree between her knees. Mashed potato yeast smells fishy to me. Lapping up a tuna that's moist and tasty. Hey.
Answering my own question, I'll give you 2 names. What's wrong with women of America? Rosie O'Donnell and Oprah Winfrey. That's all I need to say, okay? Answering my own question. Breaking news.
Okay.
Hamas, Islamic Jihad, and Fatah have reached a tentative deal. They agreed not to attack Israel for 3 months. So now the ball is in fat Ariel Sharon's court. Huh? Let's see how quick we get those settlements disbanded. You see what they were trying to disband that one small settlement over the weekend?
It wasn't even.
The settlers were throwing rocks and firing at the Israeli, and they just have a nervous breakdown. Well, we're not leaving here.
It was 1 trailer and 3 barrels.
Kushmer and Tuchas, man, we're not leaving here. So now that's a pretty interesting thing because we got the barbarians who do the blow up in your face routine, and they're agreed 3 months they're not going to attack Israel. So now let's see, they've put the like I said, the burden on his big fat disgusting shoulders, and we'll see. Not that we really care. Look at that phone. Are we smoking today? We're doing screenless right now. There isn't a call on the board. Boy, this is really sad commentary. And look at that result on the website on a poll.
Let me look.
Under 52% now. Should Neil keep posting the bedtime stories on the website? Now that I read a couple of them, now I guess they don't like them. Now it's down to 51.7%. Because we got 21.8% say I'd rather see more naked pictures on there. A lot of nudity, baby. I rarely read them, 7.5%. I only care about the poll, 7.1%. I don't need it. I read all kinds of all news websites, 7.1%. I mostly care about the goofy stuff, 4.6%. 5-6. Oh, here we go. Maybe there might be actually somebody on here. You never know. WQAM.
Yeah, I want to talk to Neil.
Speaking.
Ed.
Yeah.
From Boca.
Hello. Let's
Yeah.
go to Boca.
Yes, sir.
Yes, speak to me.
So you don't like Sharon, you don't like Bush, you don't like Tony Blair.
And I don't like you. How do you like that? It's a clean sweep. Oh! 567-0560, pound 560. Did I mention anything about Tony Blair? Although I don't like him, but did I mention anything about him here? No. No, in other words, I don't agree with you, and I express my opinion. How do you like that, asshole? Okay? I'm expressing my opinion. I'm not a goose stepper. I'm not stepping in a line. And I'm also, when I read these bedtime stories, reading the opinions of many, many other people, not just yours truly, who are offended and find it obnoxious. As a matter of fact, speaking of Ariel Sharon, I wasn't even going to dig into this. This is one that was on our website the other day.
Howard was digging into it this morning.
Rectum. All the crap you can unwrap.
Netanyahu says Iraq-Israeli oil line will open in the near future. Remember we had that right on the heels of the initiation of this so-called Iraq attack?
Yes, you did.
Israeli Finance Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Oy!
Another one I don't like, by the way. Add that to your list, sir. Another right-wing zealot. Said he expected an oil pipeline from Iraq to Israel to be reopened in the near future after being closed when Israel became a state in 1948. It won't be long when you'll see the Iraqi oil flowing to Haifa, the port city in northern Israel, Netanyahu told a group of British investors, declining to give a timetable. It's just a matter of time until the pipeline is reconstituted and Iraqi oil will flow into the Mediterranean, which is exactly the story that we had back at the time. One of the reasons why we went in there and fought this bogus war against nobody, basically, and why people are still dying there every day. Our people. And the Brit people. 567. Oh, so you don't like this one? You're a moron, sir. You're an imbecile, okay? Don't confuse you with the facts. WQAM.
Hi, Neil. How are you doing today?
Okay, sir.
I got a little bit of breaking news for you.
Breaking news. Wait a minute. Here we go.
As I was flipping it, and my cable too,
Yes?
I came across C-SPAN where they were debating and approved a Congressional Medal of Honor for Tony Blair for his unwavering support of the United States.
Great.
Isn't that something?
Boring.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just thought you might like to know.
Thanks for the bad news, pal. You spoiled my day. Thank you. So you don't like Tony Blair? No, because he's a sellout. Because I'm sure that there must be naked pictures of him and Prince Charles or something.
Or a big bag of money.
Or maybe just a big sack of cash. That might be it. Or just a sack of crap. 51.7% on those bedtime stories, Carlos. Don't work too feverishly on there now, because if it drops under 50%, we may bail out. We may bail out on the whole thing there. It's a lot of work. Especially for Carlos, whose whole life is a lot of work. Getting out of bed in the morning is a lot of work. Getting to work is like an almost impossible task now. Eating breakfast. Just sucking that free bacon up a little bit. Even that's become a gigantic major chore for this sad sack of ours now. So the idea that he's going to spend 15, 20, a whole bunch of hours every day.
About 30, man.
Working feverishly to put this information on there for a bunch of simpletons. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see just how feverishly they feel about this, huh? WQAM.
Hey, Neil, how you doing today, man?
Pretty good, sir.
Neil, I don't know what anybody has against the bedtime stories. I mean, I don't have time to go scouring the internet looking for stuff and looking for the truth, which apparently we don't get here, and I don't get the, CBC is what you get up there?
Yeah, right.
I mean, so it's good. I know I can't vote on the poll because I have AO Blow.
Oh, God.
Which, doesn't let me do it. I'm switching anyway, so the hell with them. Neil, real quick question, man. On the Best of Neil CDs, are there going to have any Anger Anderson bits on there?
Oh, I don't know. Are you going to put any of those on there?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, we'll put one on there just for you. How do you like
and
that?
For the 1 to 2 hour, can you play some Anger Anderson like the Anna Kournikova one? That's my favorite.
Are those in my thing here?
There should be some in there.
Under what?
Yelling Guy.
Oh, that's right. They're under the Yelling Guy. Yeah, because I know who you're talking about, but I didn't know what we have. One moment, please, sir.
I love those bits, man.
We got it, man. We'll get a couple of them on for you.
Thank you, my friend. And
have a great day.
Last but not least,
Yes.
I have nothing else but do.
Have a great day, Pally.
All the crap you can unwrap. All the slime all the time.
That's us, and we're proud of it, okay? Even if that bitch don't like it. I still don't understand what it is with the women out there. It's got to be a South Florida thing. There have to be women around the country that got a good sense of humor.
Yeah, there are. They're not here. Nowhere near here.
About 30, man.
5670560. There's the CBC.
House gas, intensive oil from the...
Oh, well, she's talking about Canadian stuff. We don't want to hear about that. WQAM, hello. Hola. Nobody there. WQAM.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I was inspired to call by that stupid, smelly bitch that called you earlier today.
Was she pathetic or what?
Oh, my God.
She gave me a lecture, and she couldn't just come out and say it. She had to do it real snide. You know, she had to be real sarcastic. And, well, you seem to like the juvenile. You seem to be a lot more happier doing the juvenile crap. You know, blow it out her ass.
She must have just started listening those times when you were doing the bedtime story, but she doesn't know anything about your show.
Right.
And if it comes down to being with a woman like that, if she was the last one on the earth, I'll stick with my right hand. Thank you.
Makes me happy to be a fag, man. Have a great day.
All right.
See? There's some real benefits into being a real screamer, okay? You know what I'm saying? Into being a faggot. Don't have to put up with these women, okay? Don't have to, like, pretend to be, oh, I love you, honey. I love you. Please, can I have something? No. I love you, honey. No. Give me your wallet with your credit cards. Bring a new TV in tomorrow. Want to see a new car in the goddamn driveway. And then maybe if I'm in the right mood, it's the right time of the month, and I feel like maybe being generous, maybe you might get to sniff it. Are you sure you're great?
This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Look, it's the 12 to 1 hour. Yeah, at least for today.
All right, now, welcome back to the Mohammed and David Show on your More Mucus station. Well, we got a special guest joining us today.
Oh, no! Not Arthur Fiedler again.
That's Jay Fiedler, you numbskull.
No!
And it ain't him either.
Costas?
I'm even tired of dropping his name.
So how was the ratings party?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Why? Was it...
You see, I thought it was an all-nude ratings party. Clarence told me everybody there was going to be in the nude, so I shows up naked, and everybody ran out of there.
Yeah, because she shows up naked.
Nah, he told Luann the same thing.
Oh, yeah, well...
Oh, here comes our special guest, Pharrell, right? Well, what do you know? What do you say?
You know, this here's got to be one of the premier radio shows on the air today.
Why, of course.
Oh, the farts and the bites. You guys are a panic, huh?
What farts and bites?
He's talking about Neil's show, Mo.
Hey, let me tell you something. You gotta watch out for that spooge huffer. That guy there is gayer than laughter.
Whoa, get a load of them hooters.
What? There's no broads allowed in here. This here's a sports station.
Ah, button the top of your shirt.
All right, is that better?
And your zippers down.
What, are my pants?
No, on your toupee.
Oh, I suppose you want to rape me now, huh? Go ahead. Everybody else wants me for their receptacle? Why not you? There you go.
No chance, you old bastard. I see enough of these geezers in Boca every day. I want your job.
My job?
Yeah.
Why, that's a different kind of rape. I'll have you know I'm the king of this station, and you have the gold. What is the gold? Ollie, get out of here. Hey.
Hello, Mo.
Greg, what's the meaning of this?
These large fellas are here to escort you outside.
Oh, but Greg, you gave me the keys to the kingdom. I'm the king.
Why, of course, Mo. You can always count on me.
Yeah?
Miss Carlos and Tim, come on, Fiddler. Let's go.
Hey, get your paws off me. Drop that and tight blue.
Oh, and just one other thing before you go.
What's the noise?
Take them away, fellas.
All the crap you can unwrap. All the slime all the time.
1203 at 560 WQM. Don't forget, we got the Mad Dog at 2, the Humper at 4 for another one of those short shows because the Marlins on deck at 6:35. Marlins and the Mets in Shea Stadium, 7 tonight, and the Marlins looking to go a game over 500. Anybody care?
No.
No. Eddie K follows the baseball game, Joe and Mark, overnight. That's the agenda. I noticed Clarence didn't send me any more of that stuff.
No.
Because they don't really care about how we did. All they care about is Fox has no audience. They vanished. They just vanished. They took 50,000 watts in the middle of the dial, and they vanished. Disappeared. Hey, Beaner Boy, I hate to break the news to you. 51.1% say very important, those bedtime stories, keep them. Out of 469 votes. It's slipping. It's getting perilously close to 50%. That's the dividing line. If we wind up under 50%, God only knows what the hell's going to happen there.
I'm surprised, but I think I'd be disappointed if we stopped putting the bedtime stories up there.
I would be too, after all. How long have we been doing it? Well, I mean, you know.
At least since I've, like a month after I've been here. 6 months,
Which is
maybe.
what, about how many days?
About 30, man.
Few months. Year?
No, 5 months.
Less than a year.
Okay. Well, whatever it's been, we thought, very productive. And, of course, look at the tremendous impact we're having, because look at that phone. 5670560, we're doing Screenless this hour. And, of course, 1 o'clock, thank God, we got that big 1 to 2 hour. Screenless here this hour, and there's one call flashing. That's probably retire. We haven't heard from you today, sir. Where the hell are you? We know you're there. We know you're hiding. That's probably him on 6 right here. WQAM.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm calling Neil concerning Howard David's interview on Meet the Press.
Excellent.
All right. That was excellent. That might have been the best call we've ever had on this show. Save that. Put it in the goddamn time capsule. What did Howard say?
All the crap you can unwrap. All the slime all the time.
Absolutely. That was beautiful. WQAM.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to be doing a little traveling next month up into the New York area.
Uh-huh.
I'm going into Cooperstown, Binghamton, Utica. I was wondering if you could tell me what stations I could pick you up on.
Exxon and Mobil. Exxon and Mobil. By the way, boys and girls, it's the 25th of June. It means it's payday. It's payday, which is not only a good candy bar, but it's always a good day on the 10th and 25th. I never had a payday candy bar, now that I mention it. Did you?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Didn't it have like a lot of nuts?
It does have nuts.
Oh.
And nougat.
Ooh, nuts and nougat. What a great combination. In fact, maybe nuts and nougat is what Mo was picking out of this.
Rectum.
You never know. Oh.
The nougat comes from the
He said
front.
he's just nuts about nougat. Fine. Seriously, that is so... I'm trying not to think of it because it's getting close to the end of the show at lunchtime, you know. Oh, boy.
It's there. It's embedded.
Trying so hard not to think about the thought of watching Mo wandering around the bullpen there with his hand deep in his lime green pants, picking God only knows what out of his ancient...
Rectum.
Oh. And this isn't just from Pharrell, who we know is a sick bastard, but from a whole bunch of people who were screaming in the hall this morning, just freaked out.
We will get a picture of that.
And then when he went around trying to shake everybody's hand, I think that was a little over the edge, just over the top a little
Sniffing
bit.
his fingers.
WQAM.
Hey, George, it's me, Steve. Should I bring any colors tonight?
WQAM.
Services.
Oh, boy. We're going to have a good hour. I can smell it. Can't you? Or maybe that's Mo's finger. WQAM.
Keep working.
Oh, what a bastard.
That was bad. That was the retire in reverse guy.
Keep working.
What a curse.
Oh, what did I just do there?
You hit the hold line again.
Yeah, but look at that. It's that was very appropriate. WQAM.
Happy boy, this people.
Oh, get out of here. WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, is this Neil?
Speaking.
Yeah, hey, I really like the bedtime stories. I hope the people put it over the top because they help me out without, surfing around and going crazy. They're excellent.
I thought it was a magnificent service on our part for those of us who are to the left of Attila the Hun and would like a little bit different, perspective on what's going on in the world. And the price is right. It's absolutely free. We don't charge for it. But only 51.4% right now, which isn't exactly overwhelming.
Not only that, at least I discovered some websites, Common Dreams and whatever.
Right, which is great.
I do have to ask you this. I looked at your movie list, watched Requiem for a Dream. What the hell is that movie about?
What is it about? It's about addiction.
I know, but it's so, it's the music, the pace, it's kind of difficult to digest. I was watching it, I was waiting for something.
Well, you're supposed to watch it, not eat it.
Correct. But I guess I was expecting something a little bit more, and the way it ended, one of those endings where you go, what the?
You do?
Yeah, that.
You do go that? I don't think so.
I
know
didn't
exactly
go
what
that.
it was. What more did you need to see? I mean, you could have seen her a little bit later on when she was like on the verge of death.
Well, with the part that I figured, how are they would sort of tie everything together. Either the kid would come back or what happened with the girl? What was the deal?
No, but see, now you're sounding like George with his critique of Magnolia. He didn't like the ending. Movies don't tie up everything with a nice bow on it to the end. I mean, maybe years ago they did that, but that's ancient. They just don't do that. Movie makers now, they give you like a wild story and all sorts of different things going on, and then that's it. There has to be a point at which they say, okay, we whetted your appetite, now you figure out what you got out of it.
Is that the conclusion you came to with Vanilla Sky? The same kind of...
No.
That's another ending that it didn't really...
No, it didn't. But that was different.
Yes, but
other than Lassie Come Home, I mean, what movie had an ending that... even the Hitchcock movies, as great as many of them were, just about every one that I can think of ended with like a happy ending. And Grace Kelly ran off with what's his name, with Cary Grant, or Eva Marie Saint, and they went off and were getting married, and everybody had a happy ending after all their wild adventures on Mount Rushmore or whatever,
that's true. I guess you convinced me.
They just don't do that anymore. Now it's a little more esoteric,
Requiem ended fine. They all hit rock bottom at the same time.
Okay, but let me ask you, is there a difference? The one I got said edited. Is there a difference between edited and a...
Where did you get that, sir?
At one of the video places, Hollywood.
Okay, you got an edited one?
Yeah, it says edited on the box, edited version.
Don't ever do that again, okay? If you pick up one that says edited, throw it in their face. Say, I want the real one, or else I'm getting out of here.
Okay, thank you, Neil.
Have a great day. Bye. People who buy edited, it's like going into a restaurant and you pick out something that sounds good on the menu, but then half of the entree is missing. Well, we picked and chose what we want you to eat, We decided what's good for you.
That's one with you, Lucky.
All the crap you can unwrap.
Absolutely.
Oh. I'm sorry, I realize everybody has a different taste. I don't know why anybody would complain about that movie. There have been many. They're saying, we watched it. We don't know what you like about that. What's not to like? I mean,
was
it's
it hard to understand?
Bizarre. It's different, and it's quite a story. And especially when you live in South Florida and you can't understand, you can't relate to that. With all the old people there just hopped up on drugs, all the quack doctors writing prescriptions just like Sarah's doctor, who didn't even look at her. And he's writing a prescription, here, take these, and come back, make another appointment for another month. The assembly line. That's what life in South Florida is all about. Everybody's hooked on drugs. The young people, the old people in between. Street drugs, prescription drugs, fancy schmancy drugs, designer drugs, you name it. And that's what that movie was all about, sir. I wonder how Marion's doing. Think she's still
barfing?
You think she and Harry still see eye to eye, or ass to ass? 12 minutes past noon at 560 WQAM. Hey, I'll tell you, if your carpeting looks like Mo maybe dropped a couple of dingleberries on it, here's the answer for you. Dry Concepts would like to come to your home and make those carpets look brand spanking new. They'll smell lemony fresh when they get done dry cleaning it, and in a couple of hours they'll be dry and you'll be ready to rock and roll again. That's how stupendous it is. It's a piece of cake when you call Dry Concepts. They do all the work, and you have a big smile on your puss when they get done. And not only do they clean your carpets and make them look just like brand new, also your drapes, your expensive area rugs, your oriental rugs, your leather furniture, upholstery. If you have problems with pet odors or mildew odors caused by water damage, it doesn't have to be a problem because Dry Concepts can make them disappear just like magic. So you owe it to yourself and your carpets to call the professionals at Dry Concepts. And don't forget, no rip-offs, no tack-ons at the end of the job. They give you a written, guaranteed price before they start. Call them today at 1-800-248-5071. That's 1-800-248-5071. Or log on to their website at dryconcepts.com. Please be sure and tell them that old Neil told you to call Dry Concepts, where you can clean today and entertain tonight.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Miami town.
Yes.
At 560 WQAM.
Tonight on BBS, the Baghdad Broadcasting Service, Babu Al-Vila shows you how to make the most of your meager little existence and enjoy your newfound liberation on This Old Tent. Tonight, Babu shows everyone how to expand living area when guests plan to spend the weekend.
Adding a guest area can be a simple project and cost very little. There are posters of Saddam lying around all over the place, and the canvas is perfect to build an add-on. With a little imagination and some decoration, it could be fun for the whole family.
This old tent, tonight on BBS. Don't miss it.
Look, I love to paint goofy glasses on Saddam's face.
12:17 at 560 WQAM, and it's really interesting, this poll that we're doing today, and also going back to that first call. If you tune in late, you missed the call of the century. Nasty, surly bitch from Dade County, cussing me out, telling me how to do the show, and the fact that I'm not reading all the bedtime stories every day like I did, wasting my time for 7 months. It just dawned on me here during this last break. It just dawns on me. Why is it that she's listening to this show? Since she doesn't like what we do and she is interested in the bedtime stories, why doesn't she just go on our website for free and read them at her leisure? Wow, what a concept. But you see, that would take out the bitching and moaning part.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she just can't be a woman. She just can't be a woman unless she's bitching and bellyaching. It's just not good enough for her.
Well, that's an important part, don't you know, that women believe that they can make a bad situation better by bitching.
I see.
They're helping by doing that.
Oh, so in other words, she was bitching?
Yeah.
Didn't see her. Is this still this is still the same stuff we had on yesterday? Is Beaner Boy making any progress today?
He's in there.
On our website?
Yeah. I'll upload it again. I thought there should have been, half of them should have been up already.
This all looks like old, stale stuff. And on the day when we're taking a poll about the news stories on our website, about the bedtime stories, this looks old and ancient, every one of these to me.
Sabotage.
Get out of here. What do you mean sabotage? The road to cover up is the road to ruin. That's an ancient story. By Senator Robert Byrd. That was his comments.
That's one of the ones I got today.
That's one of the ones from today?
Yeah.
Like I said, it's from earlier in today. It's old. Like him. No, maybe that is new. Okay. Well, where's the whatchamacallit story? Where's the Maureen Dowd story?
That one might not be up yet.
You know, it used to be a piece of cake. I would just fax you the stories. They'd be up on there. No problem at all. Just like clockwork. Weekends, I would fax them to you. I might have to, try a couple of times there on a weekend at 11 o'clock in the morning to fax you the stories because your computer might not be turned on yet. You might be in jail, whatever it would be. But generally speaking, it was like automatic, like falling out of the sack, like picking the seeds out of Mo's ass. But now it's turned out to be like a major project. Maybe it's propitious. Maybe it's propitious that we're doing a survey today on this because it's certainly propitiating me off.
It will be again. It will be as it was.
Yeah. Well, I sure hope so because the ball is in your court anyway. You're going to be responsible most of these days once that big day comes up next week. Now, isn't Tuesday, July 1st, isn't that Canada Day?
Yes.
That's a holiday.
Hey.
So I'm going to do a special Canada show that day. Won't I?
No.
I don't know. We don't really know. We don't care, okay? Because Clarence won't send me any of the data, any of the research that we really care about QAM. X-Trends over. I'm sure this is available for us. And interestingly enough, WRFX, which is page 5 of 6, where's page 4? Which if you go back from WR, it seems to me that P and Q, that Power and QAM would be just behind that on their ass on page 5 or 4, right?
Right.
Don't have page 4. Come on, Clarence, get off of the beast for a couple of minutes, okay, and fax me that stuff. He's getting a real sore about it.
Rectum.
Even the beast was grossed out by Mo. In fact, I think I have it on tape here somewhere. Maybe we'll play the whole beginning there.
You got your bleep finger?
Oh no, that's right. Thanks for reminding me. I forgot about that. Oh no, you're so right. Because I thought I'd taped some of that bit with Clarence and Pharrell and us this morning before the show. Every other word is F this and F that, every other word. And we were just talking about Doreen.
I just saw her.
WQAM. Still got us on hold. Well, we'll get back to him one of these days. WQAM.
Yes, I'd like to speak to Neil, please.
Speaking.
Hi, Neil.
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Pretty good.
I just wanted to tell you that I am a female in South Florida with a sense of humor.
All right. Well, thank God we got one. We got a few.
But I'm leaving. But I'm leaving.
Oh, well, there you go. See?
But I'm only going on vacation. I'm going to Alaska.
Going north to Alaska. Maybe you'll find Johnny Horton up there or Tim Horton.
No, but I'm also going to go to Vancouver, and I've never been.
I hear Vancouver is beautiful. I think you'll love it.
Well, you've been there many times, I'm sure.
No, I've never been there.
To Vancouver?
No.
Oh, well,
Vancouver's
I thought
way
maybe you could tell me where to have dinner.
Probably McDonald's would be dynamite.
Well, anyway, Neil, I just wanted to tell you I love you and I have a sense of humor.
Well, thank God
and I
for
think
you.
you're
because,
great.
Now, did you hear that bitch that called to start the show this morning?
I did, but you know what? I think you're wasting way too much energy on her. And like you said, if she doesn't like it, don't listen.
Yeah, if you don't like it, get lost. But yeah, she's listening right now. She's got the instrument out right now. She's so excited.
Well, they have to because we're all just so hooked on you.
Exactly. Have a great time, sweetheart.
You too. Bye-bye.
CNBC, okay. She's going to Vancouver. I hear it's a beautiful place. Don't you? Oh, that's right. You want to go there.
I do. I used to listen to Vancouver radio, and it just sounded like they were having fun there.
I'll stick with here, okay? It's pretty good. It's Pride Week this week, so it means there's going to be 1 million fags here this weekend, which is how many more than that is usual?
About 30, man.
We usually have that many anyway, at least. I think you'd be amazed. I don't think, other than maybe Greenwich Village and Frisco. I mean, as far as Amsterdam, there aren't nearly as many gay people in Amsterdam as there are here. This is shocking. Between Oriental people and gay people, there's just a few straight people left here in Toronto.
About 30, man.
Just enough to keep procreating, to keep that population at even 5 million.
Do they have lots of gay Orientals?
Yes, they do, as a matter of fact.
Are they called
They're very
Orientals?
festive, they're very festive and gay. 530 votes, man, and it's only 12:23. Do you realize the pace that we're going at, Mr. Boner? Now, how are you doing with those stories? Are they all on there now or not?
Marine Dad will be up in about 30 seconds, and there's a couple more left.
Yeah, likely story. Should Neil keep posting the bedtime stories on the website, on neilrogers.com, on a website that we were so proud of and thought we were doing a super job? But, of course, when you ask a question like this, you're just opening yourself up to the misery of South Florida. No matter what you do, we want something different. We don't like what that is. We're not interested. We want naked, hot pictures. We want naked pictures of Screw Ann.
Speaking of naked and hot.
Yes?
Clarence said that's the only sheet that Greg gave him, so that's all he can share with us.
Oh, the only sheet that Greg gave him? Well, isn't that great? Well, come on, Greg. What are you sitting holding back? Are you too embarrassed? I mean, he shouldn't be embarrassed because the previous sheets got Power 96 on there, and they went through the roof since it was a heavy SPO and SPO month. Even in men 18+, which isn't their demographic, even in there they kick the crap out of QAM.
And he's out to lunch right now, so we won't be able to get that.
Hey, I got news for you. Greg, you could, any day, any time, out to lunch. OTL, that's his middle name. I don't want excuses, Clarence. I want action. I want action. I want something positive, something tangible in my hand, and believe me, it ain't what you got. 530 votes. Absolutely. Keep those bedtime stories on there. They're important, man.
Absolutely.
275, 51.8%. And we thank those 275 people for caring enough to, lend us their tangible support. I'd rather see more naked pictures, 118 perverted bastards out there who obviously can't get any, who are sitting there on the internet morning, noon, and night rubbing themselves raw. Speaking of that, now, there's basically all the porno that I've ever seen on the internet. There's two kinds. There's your heterosexual porno, and there's your fag porno, okay?
Okay.
Now listen to me. How many females look at porno on the internet?
2.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
And you'll notice that there's not, like there are male escort services for women. I'm not talking about gay escort services, but there are male escort services for women.
Correct.
In case you've been watching Guiding Light, which is dragging out a little bit, by the way. But, nevertheless, but you don't see any, heterosexual, not that I know of, for women to look at. Do you see what I'm saying?
Not generally speaking. They've done studies.
Yeah.
Men are stimulated visually. Not to mention the fact that we're just bigger perverts, of course.
Right.
But it's a big visual
I got news
thing.
for you. That broad that called to start the show today, if you knew how many hours she spends in the produce department at Publix every day. I'd rather see more naked pictures, 118, 21-point-some%. I rarely read those bedtime stories, 44. That's okay. I mean, if you like our website, obviously the people that are voting on a poll, they're into our website. Okay, that's fine. We're not trying to tell you what you should read and what you should like. You like what you like. And that's why she ought to be reading the bedtime stories on there and not bitching me out for not, sacrificing the whole show just for that bitch.
Maybe
nasty,
got a
miserable, smelly, rotten bitch. I only care about the poll, 40. That's fine. I don't need it. I read lots of news websites, 35. 6.5%. And I mostly care about the goofy stuff, 21. I would have thought that would have been a little bit higher, wouldn't you? You sort of want to see more naked pictures of... Oh, maybe the people want to see more naked pictures. They meant like Clarence and the Beast and Moe and Geldy. Because those pictures are absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. 1227 at 560 WQM. If you're stuck in a really crappy, miserable, dead-end job, if your life is going nowhere fast, if you feel like you're on a treadmill and you're moving your feet but you ain't going nowhere. Maybe college is too expensive and takes too long. I mean, 4 years, who's got that? Who can wait that long before having a life and a paycheck? But if you can afford $10 a month and commit yourself to 3 nights a week for 4 months, Fast Train can help you achieve a new high-paying computer career. That is absolutely correct. Just $10 a month and 3 nights a week for only 4 months for individuals who qualify. So what do you got to lose beside that dead-end, crappy, miserable, nasty job working for a real putz? And believe me, a lot of us can relate. Call Fast Train 1-866-FAST-TRAIN, and with 4 locations in town, there's bound to be one nearby you. Call 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. You'll talk to a trained career counselor who really knows their crap, and they'll explain to you how this works. They offer you day, evening, and weekend schedules, job placement, hands-on training. Call Fast Train today at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. Be sure and mention Todd Dreck by name or smell. Fast Train's deferred payment is valid for a year. Regular payments apply thereafter. Whether you're a high school student on summer break, somebody in an underpaid dead-end job working for peanuts, or just looking to really increase your net worth and make a big fat paycheck, call Fast Train today. 1-866-FAST-TRAIN, or check them out on the web, fasttrain.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
The hurricane fucking blow!
From the makers of Behind the Camera, the unauthorized story of Three's Company, comes another story of intrigue and betrayal. Millions of Americans laughed along each week at their on-screen antics. But backstage, egos were out of control. NBC presents Behind the Planet Melmac, the unauthorized story of Alf.
All right, episode 9, scene 3, take 36. Hey, stop yelling! Well, we're just about ready to roll, Al. Roll this! Take 36. Why don't you roll me a joint and shut up? Al, can we just do this? Hey, do this, buddy.
Please, Alf, come on. It's been a long day. Can we just shoot the scene?
Hey, who the are you?
I'm Max. You know, I play Willie Tanner.
I don't give a flying crap. Get out of my face.
Why?
You better take 2 steps back or I'm going to go medieval on your goofy 4-eyed ass.
Come on, what's the matter with you?
Hey, here you go. Who's the boss?
You're not the boss.
Oh, yeah? What does that giant sign over there say?
It says the title of the show. Ow!
And who's the boss?
No!
Who's the boss?
No! All right, you are, Ralph. You are.
You're damn right I am, you 4-eyed freak.
Jeez. Call my agent.
There was also sexual politics playing out behind the scenes.
Hey, what the are you doing in my trailer?
Alf, it's me, Andrew. I play Lynn Tanner on the show.
What does that mean to me?
Well, we had a date last week and we got pretty intimate and you never called me.
And?
I thought we had something together.
We didn't. I boinked you. Move on, Cupcake.
But you told me you loved me.
And you believed me?
Yes, I did.
Well, I am a great actor then. Get the out of here before I call security.
Behind the Planet Melmac, the unauthorized story of Alf. Next week on NBC.
All the crap you can unwrap.
12:34, 26 till 1 at 560 WQAM. Here's the fax that says, while in Toronto, where do you go to watch the races? Right into my living room, as a matter of fact. We have Woodbine and we have Mohawk. Never been to either one of them. They're like way, way out there. You know what I mean?
No,
I have to take a cab. Huh?
No idea.
I'd have to take a cab. They're like, Woodbine's way out by the airport. But they have great racing here, and I consider it right here on
Esmo Woodbine considers buying the Meadowlands. What, you say? Well, you have to hear David Wilmot's side of it. It's a possible purchase.
There you go. That's the Racing Channel, 157. I can watch it right in here, as a matter of fact. So there you go. There's the answer to your question, sir, on a Racing Channel. Racing Network doesn't cost me a dime. Although you can't open up a phone account. You think that's a good idea? No. Or I can watch the Leafs.
One of the penalty-killing forwards, San Luis, came out to try and block the shot because it wasn't a bullet shot like we've seen. McGillney, here it is.
You like that? You want to watch the Leafs and the Tampa Bay Lightning? Let's play that the rest of the hour. What do you say?
All right, I'll be right over.
Okay.
I'll bring the beer.
Yeah, where do you watch the Leafs? Right here in my chair.
He's going to get it. Takes the pass, an aerial pass, and lets the shot go. And Happy Bullen was playing this.
The great Alexander McGillney. Boy, do I love him. Ain't he great? Anyway. Ain't he great, George?
Oh, phenomenal.
There's Pat Quinn with that same look on his puss.
He said self-defeat.
Get some defense, Pat. We're going to be desperate this year, baby. Get some defense. New Zealand legalizes brothels. Somebody just faxed this to me. How do you like that? Thanks, Anthony. Brothels will now be legal in New Zealand as Parliament narrowly voted today to overturn the country's 100-year-old sex laws, which ban soliciting and living off the earnings of prostitution. Parliamentarians voted 60 to 59 in favor of the bill to decriminalize prostitution, drawing cheers from prostitutes and their supporters in the legislature's packed public pubic galleries. We passed tonight the world's best sex industry legislation, said Labour politician Tim Barnett, who has long championed changing New Zealand's sex laws. It's focused on real harms rather than trying to make moral judgments about the sex industry, he told. Under present laws, prostitution itself is not illegal, but associated acts such as brothel keeping, soliciting, and living off the earnings of prostitution are. The bill was passed despite intensive lobbying by church leaders who feared it would draw young, vulnerable people into the industry and spawn new brothels. There were an estimated 8,000 prostitutes in New Zealand.
All right.
Maybe that's why George wanted to go to New Zealand.
No.
Or one of the reasons.
No.
No. Not George. Not a good, upstanding family man like George.
Maoris.
Who still wants to go to Amsterdam, even though it sucks now.
I don't know. Not anymore.
Just out of his league. Boyle after him. Richards gives it away into the corner. Fitzgerald back for Reichel.
Don't you find it a little bit unusual that it's the middle of June and they're showing hockey games on my TV?
They're showing Surfer Girls on my TV.
I beg your pardon?
Surfer Girls, man, on MTV.
Oh, I'll stick with the hockey games. Anyway, let's see. Here's one that says you just got to get those Mo-Bits animated for television.
All the crap you can unwrap. All the slime all the time.
They would blow King of the Hill out of the water in prime time. They're hysterical. Just keep doing it in the show, too, says Just a Fan. Thank you, Just a Fan. Also, I guess that's it. 5670560. It's been pretty painless today, considering we're in the middle of June. Everybody's gone. Who was just saying that? Oh, the Beast was telling Pharrell that. Well, Pharrell's got to get the lay of the land, you know. He's got to figure out what's going on there. He's only been here 5 weeks. Plus, he finally got paid today.
Oh!
You hear him going on about that?
Yeah.
His first, real paycheck. 5 weeks.
Speaking of him.
Yeah.
His CityLink article is out. It's like 30 pages long.
How many pages?
About 30, man.
Yeah. Well, that's great.
And it's got his goofy face right there, cover shot.
Well, I don't. You need to send it to me. I can just go on their website. CityLink.com, is that it?
It's not on the website yet.
But it will be.
Yes.
Great. Well, that's good. Thanks to CityLink. And again, you owe them an apology, man. You had me rip them an ass when I was there.
Yeah.
Wasn't it your fault? I think it was Beaner Boy's fault. He said, actually, the person whose fault it was the asshole that sent me just the one page selectively about how they picked the guy from Pirate Radio, Michael Schwartz or whatever his name was.
A black man.
And they just kind of ignored all the rest of us, including yours truly, which at least they could say that I'm really old, which is what it means when they put you in the Hall of Fame. He's really old, but he was really damn good about 100 years ago. So thanks again to CityLink. They wrote a nice piece in there. It was short, sweet, to the point, stuck my ass in the Hall of Fame. And Mo keeps trying to pick it. 5670560. Pound 560 on the 18th. Well, you know, Dwight Lauderdale likes eating ass. Maybe Mo's thing. Everybody's got their own bag. Maybe his bag is picking ass. Did you ever think about that?
So it's a lunch sack.
As soon as he came into work there that very first day, we knew he was kind of a picky guy. WQAM.
Yeah, yesterday I had called and requested a song, 100 Years Gone By, and I was calling back today. You said to call back today, maybe get a copy of that song. If you can find out how I heard that.
Get a copy of that song. I never told you that. I said I'll play it for you, which I did. I thought you were calling back. I thought you were calling back saying thanks for playing that for me.
Oh, yeah, thanks for playing it, no doubt. But
okay.
Is it possible to copy?
See, that's God at work.
That is God helping me out. See, that's my affiliate helping me out there. Screwed up his cell phone and made you disappear. Don't blame me, Pally. I didn't screw up your cell phone.
I did.
George God did
Put
it.
a whammy on him.
George the devil, the demon, the evil one. Beelzebub screwed you all up there. How are you going to... Isn't that 100 years gone by? Didn't we put that on one of our best ofs?
I don't recall. Might have been 100 years ago.
No, I'm serious. I think we put that on one of those.
Pretty sure we did.
Pretty damn sure. So we didn't do one last year, so it would have to be one the year before that, which I think is when that damn thing came out. So we'll check for it. We'll look around. We'll get a flashlight, look up Mo's butt.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
You asshole.
Coming up tonight on Inside the Behind the True Hollywood Celebrity Music Biography Profile Story. They got us chanting along to their hit, Pour Some Sugar on Me. But could the song have been about sex? We'll find out from Def Leppard.
Whatever
whoever gave you the idea it was about sex. Sex? That is rich.
Def Leppard vocalist Joe Elliott spoke to Inside the Behind, along with his manager, Slavy Gold.
That song is not about sex.
Right, definitely not.
I specifically told the boys, write a song about sugar. About how much you love sugar and you want it poured all over you.
Right.
In fact, if you had to choose between getting sugar poured on you or the luscious love nectar of some hot babe poured on you, you would definitely not go with the sweet, sticky, glistening moisture dripping from the... nuts. It's about sex.
Yeah, it's
about sex. I mean, well, you got it. I mean...
Of course.
So why, asks Inside the Behind, did they feel the need to lie?
Listen, things ain't been too good for Def Leppard since the 80s.
No.
We've been looking for ways to make some dough, so we're doing a children's album.
Yeah, we thought we could put some distance between us and Love Juices.
But the fans are gonna love this record, too. Don't you worry. The boys ain't gonna compromise.
No way. We're gonna rock you. You know, with songs like My Best Friend is Neat and Cross the Street with Care Today. And,
Right.
and I must do what Mommy and Daddy tell me to.
No. There, guy. Come on.
I want to take drugs and party.
No. We all gotta eat.
Def Leppard. A band's gotta do what a band's gotta do. But we'll all sure miss those references to female secretions. It's a big, juicy, sopping wet look at show business tonight on Inside the Behind.
Absolutely.
1246 at 560 WQAM. Giving Mike Myers the key to the city in Toronto right now. They're having like a big ceremony, giving him the key to the city.
Well, good for him.
They love him here. Well, he's a local boy, a big Leafs fan, too, I should point out, eh? Here's the fax that says, I know you don't want to hear my... Now, see, why do they say that? Not me. I love those movie shows. Didn't all of us?
We loved them a lot.
We're still, I watched that Way of the Gun the other night with the lovely Ryan Philippe. That's a pretty good movie. You'll like it.
I'll watch it.
Now, wait a minute. I'm trying to think. Who saw Requiem for a Dream first? Me's or yous?
Me.
Yous?
Us. I've been trying to get you, for a year to watch that movie.
What was the other one that I got? Happiness. You hadn't seen that. I saw that first,
right? That was you.
So I saw Happiness and Britney Spears first. So at least that's something. This fact says, I know you don't want to hear much more about movies these days. That's not true, but I just in case thought you might like Frailty.
Very good movie.
About a religious fanatic father that starts killing and brings people home from a list that God gave him to kill him because they're working for the devil. How do you like that?
It's an excellent movie.
They're working for David Ross.
On October the 17th against Phoenix. Here's the sailing puck. Richard set up by Saint-Louis with the rebound, and the Lightning again have taken the lead.
That's okay. Don't worry. The Leafs will win the game because I already saw it. A religious nut that starts killing people, bringing them home from a list that God gave him. It was critically acclaimed but didn't do much at the box office. Like Requiem and Memento, it's usually heard about by word of mouth. Check it out. It stars Bill Paxton and Matthew McConaughey. Thank you very much. I'm going to buy that today.
I highly recommend it.
It's called Frailty. I'm sticking it in my pocket. Right. Of course, I don't have any pocket.
Speaking of
sticking
endings,
it right over here.
And how movies should end.
Yeah.
There's a good example of a good ending.
Look, let me say this to you. I don't want to get into a big hassle about that because it's ponderous. It's effing ponderous. But movies should end however they want to end.
They should end.
Now, that doesn't mean you're going to like the way they always end, but we shouldn't have a set pat formula like they used to. Like I said, even the Hitchcock movies, I can't think of one of them that had an unhappy ending. Can you?
No.
In the end, everything was fine, and there was always a male star, Cary Grant or Jimmy Stewart. There was Grace Kelly, Eva Marie Saint, Tippi Hedren, and in the end, everything. Now wait a minute. I'm trying to think back to The Birds. How did The Birds end?
Kind of weird.
Now,
you know what?
Birds,
it was
the
happy.
Birds is the one exception because it seems to me they just got on the highway,
right,
and they started driving off, and the birds were attacking everywhere. So they drove off into an unknown situation. But that was possibly really psychotic.
Wait a minute. The birds were just sitting there. So the implication is that they get away.
What are you talking about?
In The Birds.
What movie did you watch?
The Birds.
At the end of the movie, they get in the car and they drive off, and the reports are coming in from all over the goddamn place, and they drive away to get out of there, but they don't know what is waiting for them.
Well, the birds were just sitting around and kind of let them go.
Those were just the San Francisco birds, or wherever the hell I was. We're not talking about the Sacramento birds or the Redbirds. Here's another fax. It says, recently I sent you a fax. I want to thank you for reading the most important part of them in the air. The greatest fertilizers for the seeds of fascism are ignorance, complacency, and apathy.
Absolutely correct, sir.
Since you're talking about the Bush lies at the moment, you might want to mention the following link to these hilarious Flash movies. If you've already done so, then I apologize. I'm not a steady listener. They're all at TakeBackTheMedia.com. The Flash movies are Chicken Hawks, Triumph of the Wimp, Pentagoon, Duct Tape Theater, and Bush No Nazi, my favorite, which I told you about. Best wishes, Tom in Hollywood. Thank you, Tom in Hollywood, who probably has a life, which is why he can't listen all the time, or maybe he just can't handle the show all the time, because we're juvenile and disgusting. But thanks anyway, Tom.
Carson still with it. Carson trying to make a pass, still has it. Carson tries the other side. Had a long slip, regained it. Back to the point of Peter. Over to the other side of Vela. Pass into Carson. Looking for Green. Can't get it back.
I can't take the pressure, and I already saw the game. It's like the middle of June, you know. But that's hockey up here, baby. It's in our blood. It's a way of life. South Florida? What's that? It sucks. It's soccer on skates. You know. Can't complain about the taste of the sports fans of South Florida because they don't have any.
A long siege of offensive zone puck control for the most part.
Yeah, I told you they just scored the goal, Darcy Tucker. I told you, no problem, we win the game, right? Here's a little lesson for you, George, if you're going to become a sports fan. If you see the game first live and then you watch it later on tape, you always know the outcome.
You can sound like you know something.
Right. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, I want to talk to Neil.
Speaking.
Neil,
Yes.
how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm calling from Indian Harbor. Indian Harbor Beach, Brevard County.
Yeah.
I got some advice for all men out there.
Yes?
If you have B's and a V, stay the hell away from me.
567 5670560 pound
Hear that,
560.
It's
Yeah,
not-
Miguel, who's getting married, by the way. I don't understand that. I don't want to pee on guys' parades. He's been living with this chick for a long time, screwing her brains out for a very long time, but now they're going to get married. Because I guess, sooner or later they decide they're not going to put out for free anymore.
It's not too late.
It's not too late, Miguel. Well, I even told Joe Costello the same thing. He wouldn't listen.
No.
And look at him now. Now they cut his show back an hour. His life isn't worth a crap.
His cat died.
Same thing with Miguel. And, of course, now Doreen will cut him off, too, now that he's going to get married. Now it's official. 5670560. As a matter of fact, maybe that's the psychology there. Maybe Miguel figures that maybe finally Doreen will get off his ass now that he's going to be officially married. You think that might be part of it? He ain't speaking. He's gone.
I'm not saying anything.
Absolutely.
Come on. I don't want to hear all these grotesque. I mean, Doreen, what did she ever do to you, okay? Not what would she like to do to you, but what did she ever do to you?
You're talking to Miguel now, right?
Right. He don't have to respond. I'm just talking rhetorically. I don't need an answer because I know the answer. WQAM, hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
Hey, two things.
Okay.
The traffic on southbound 95 is still backed up north of what's it called, the Golden Gate or the Golden Deep, whatever it is. And the second thing,
Golden Gate Bridge, right.
The guy called you about a half hour ago or so, said he couldn't vote on the poll because he had AO awful.
Right.
Have you ever thought of doing a poll on internet provider services? Which ones people like? I mean, it wouldn't be a funny poll, but it would be an informative poll.
Mm-hmm. Well, something to think about.
Something to think about. Okay. Keep up the good work.
I'll think about it, Pally. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir.
Let's think about that. What do you say? I don't know. It's not too exciting. It's not as exciting. Oh, no, look at that, Beaner boy. We're in trouble. I take that back. You're in trouble. Now, see, this for us is a no-lose situation. It's a win-win. You want to know why? Because if more than 50% say keep the bedtime stories and we decide to keep doing it, then it validates that what we've been doing is worthwhile. A lot of people like it. And if fewer than 50%, look at all the work we're not going to have to do. Look at all the time we're going to save to, sleep and things. Yippee.
Most of the things.
So it's a win-win. Should Neil keep posting the bedtime stories on the website? Because just like my reading those things on the air, I thought I was doing a fine service, and the audience despised it. They hated it. We blew off like a whole bunch of the audience over there, and we're desperately trying to get them back. Now, even though we just have them on a website and nobody has got to read them, even so, we still have the usual. We have 610 votes. That's not shabby. Absolutely, keep them. Yes, it's important.
Absolutely.
311, 50.9%. But you see, it's even gone under 51% for the first time in a long time, Beaner. See that?
Just for the time being, there's still time left.
Anyway, I'd rather see more naked pictures, 130, 12.3%. I rarely read them, 61, 10%. I only care about the poll, 46. I don't need it. I read lots of website news stories. I'm a hotshot, 39, 6.3%. We don't need your crappy stories. And I mostly care about the goofy stuff, 23, 3.7%, out of over 600 votes so far. And you say, so what is it? 50.9. Hanging on the edge. If it's under 50%, we just very well may discontinue the effort, because it just isn't really worth it, you know, for a small handful. What are you laughing about?
He was crying.
I was sniffling.
I said we very well may. Now, that doesn't mean we will. I'm not making no promises here, okay? Because basically this audience knows that when all is said and done, we'll do whatever the hell we want to anyway, right?
True.
Isn't that right?
Yes.
Yes. But we like to make the audience feel like, you know, important, like they're a part of all of this stuff, like they have a say in the program, like that bitch that started us off on the wrong foot today. Got out of bed on the wrong side with that bitch today. With that nasty, snotty, slutty bitch. God almighty, can you imagine what's crawling around inside of her? Oh. What are you laughing about?
It's bad enough with the Clarence and the Beast pictures you keep
Clarence and the Beast pictures, and then we got the Moe and the
Rectum.
ass problem. Picking and grinning. And now we have this to deal with.
This could be a new diet.
12:57 at 560 WQM. You know, summertime in South Florida guarantees three things: heat, humidity, and hurricanes. You know, you can't control the weather, but you can control how you protect your home during hurricane season. The Hurricane Shutter and Window Shop provides you the best hurricane protection under the sun. With just one easy call to Hurricane Shutter and Window Shop, they'll be at your home the very next day with a quote for hurricane shutters, windows, and doors customized, engineered specifically for your home. From panels, accordions, roll-up shutters, impact-resistant windows and doors, the Hurricane Shutter and Window Shop will not be undersold. They'll beat any written legitimate quote because when you buy from these people, you're buying directly from the manufacturer and wholesaler. So call the Hurricane Shutter and Window Shop at 1-800-538-0191. They also offer you cash and carry for you do-it-yourself handyman out there. So if you're serious about hurricane protection customized and engineered specifically for you and your home, these are the people you want to be doing business with. Call a Hurricane Shutter Window Shop, toll-free, 1-800-538-0191. Did I mention that Cliff, the pool man, finally showed up yesterday?
Yeah,
it's about time, Cliff, you silly mon. Anyway, for Hurricane Shutter Window again, here, call 1-800-538-0191. Tell them that adolescent juvenile Neil told you to call.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours. QAM.
Clinton. And if you ask me, the only thing more fun than playing grab ass with the Swiss Guard is the Neil Rogers
1 to 2
hour. Oh.
I broke in through her bedroom window at 5 a.m. to dip my wig. Now what I do was criminal, but that ain't nothing new if you play for the fish. I guess my girlfriend forgot to tell me that this other bitch was someone else's wife. Oh man, her surly husband was mean and healthy, and I found out when it chased me with a knife. Why didn't that bitch tell me? It was too dark to see. She'd be in bed with her husband, and that scares the piss out of me. Feet don't fail me now.
They're all right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. All right. Sanctimonious phonies who would turn in their own mothers. I'll bet you're gonna save that when it comes at your back as they make you board that train. Right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. Well, It just ain't enough, just have rush, filling the airways with hatred. The radio is permeated with the likes of Dr. Laura, Bill Hendry, and Michael Reagan. They call it Clear Channel 'cause they're clearly out to make the message clear. The right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. They're all right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers.
Yes.
For all the table-talking idiots who couldn't get any dumber.
Absolutely.
That are married to whatever they are told to believe and worship George as their king. Right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. Well, the Democrats who crap their pants like a child at a scary movie have Terry McCullough who should go home and shut up 'cause he don't have a clue what he's doing. The Democrats have a death wish when it comes to deciding who they will run. And you can color them dumb if they run Joe Lieberman.
Oi!
Right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. They're all right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers.
Oh!
Who get indignant if it isn't them that's getting a juicy Hummer. Just remember what I said when a gun's in your back if they make you board that train. Right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers.
Absolutely.
They're all right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. For all the table-talking idiots who couldn't get any dumber.
Hey, this is Yelling Guy Anger Anderson. Where the hell did they hire these dumb airport security guards? They are all fat sons of bitches, aren't they? What are they looking for? I'm an American, damn it. Do I look like some terrorist? When was the last time you saw a terrorist with a flannel shirt from the Walmart and a bent bill cat hat? I have a theory that these little screens they look at actually get pictures of luggage from other airports. It gives them woodies. Like we look at porno, they look at luggage. Ever notice a hairdryer looks like a high-tech Marvin the Martian ray gun in one of those X-ray monitors? These airport security bastards can spend 20 minutes on my big old Bo Cephas Hank Williams belt buckle and Miss Paco in front of me mulling dope in his hiney. All them machines, and they can't create one that doesn't go nuts over my belt buckle and steel-toed kickers. Damn!
Oh, I wonder, oomba-doo-doo, why we dropped the bomb of love.
Poor little Ali, his legs are now a stump. Let's thank the boy for making gas cheaper at the pump.
Oh, I wonder, oomba-doo-doo, why we dropped the bomb of love. First you brainwash the public to love Bush like a god. Then you hijack the U.S. for all your corporate buddies to get anything you want. You conquer them and tell them, give democracy a chance. Then you pillage and you plunder for oil, water, and natural gas. Oh, I wonder, oomba-doo-doo, why we dropped the bomb of love.
What a few dead babies, they didn't suffer long. We sure showed them a thing or two, my country, right or wrong.
Yes. Oh, I wonder, oomba-doo-doo, why we dropped the bomb of love. I wonder why we dropped the bomb of love.
Come and listen to my story about a man named Ted, a Harvard graduate, hearing voices in his head. And then one day he was feeling kind of weird. He moved to Montana and grew himself a beard. Crazy, that is. Psychopath. Strange eyes. Well, the first thing you know, Ted begins to brood. Kinfolk said, Ted, that's a Unabomber, dude. Said California's where the trial's gonna be, so they loaded up the shack and moved it carefully. Exhibit A, jury pools, weird smells. His lawyer says that Ted's the craziest. If you don't believe it, just read his manifest. Ted says he did it 'cause he hates technology, and that's why he mailed all those people TNT. Mail call, letter bomb, duck and cover. Well, now it's time to say goodbye to Ted and his defense, and he would like to thank you folks for paying the expense. You're all invited back again to this locality to buy the first edition of his autobiography. Soon to be a movie, HBO. Jerry Springer. Y'all tune in now, you hear?
Gonna find. Hey, we're searching. Oh yeah, we're searching. All up for those weapons of destruction every day. We gonna keep searching. Ooh, Lord, searching. Have mercy. Searching for the nukes they hid away. But I don't think we'll ever find them.
No!
They weren't there in the first place. Gonna find. Yeah, high and low, from house to house and under every rug, to validate the spin of all those White House thugs. If you still need convincing, tune in Fox or CNN for another dose of lying from but we'll keep on searching. Ooh, Lord, searching. Keep looking for proof of all the nukes he hid away. But you know they ain't gonna find them.
No.
Ain't never had them anyway.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. That's the rejoin.
Okay.
All the crap you can unwrap, all the slime, all the time.
Baby, launch a couple missiles toward a place we know.
Yes.
And aim 'em at a fella whose first name begins with O. There's one thing we all understand. Al-Qaeda won't be finished until we blow up Pakistan.
Absolutely.
We could chase them round forever with our tanks and all our troops. But special forces are so tired of jumping through them hoops. You know we need another plan. So let's cut out all the nonsense and go blow up Pakistan.
Oh!
Al-Qaeda needs a nuclear tan.
All right.
Why don't we stop pussyfooting and go blow up Pakistan?
Absolutely.
Boom, boom.
There's a marvelous place I know where all the wealthy people go. It's where royalty play polo, and that's what I like about Boca.
Yes.
A town where egos are never small. A town where they say outlaw, and every corner has a mall. And that's what I like about Boca.
Are you sure?
$10,000 on golf course fees. Spend the day in Jewish bakeries. You should taste these delicacies. And that's what I like about Boca. Please excuse our attitudes. In our BMWs, we find pleasure in being rude. And that's what I like about Boca. splotches. White shoes make us so obnoxious. If you're clean, we'll let you touch us, and that's what I like about Belka. We really don't care what you think. You see, our doo-doo doesn't stink. There's no coffee, only mocha, and that's what I like about Belka. Yes, that's what I like about Belka.
I woke up this morning with a feeling of despair. I looked for my pussy, but my pussy wasn't there. Well, 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 my cat fell in the well. Oh, puss, 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 poor kitty, 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 my cat fell in the well. I got out a ladder and I climbed down to my pet. I saw in a jiffy that my puss was soaking wet. Well, 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 my cat fell in the well. Oh, puss, 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 poor kitty, 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 my cat fell in the well. The doggone hole by the pump, was she pushed or did she jump? There never was a kitty half as pretty as pussy that fell in the well. There never was a pussy that could quite compare with her. Pretty as a picture with her long and silky fur. Well, 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 my cat fell in the well. Well, oh, pussy, 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 poor kitty, 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 my cat fell in the well. If you have a pussy that you wouldn't trade or sell, never let her wander or she might fall in a well. Well, 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 my cat fell in the well. Oh, puss, 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 poor kitty, 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 my cat fell in the well, fell in the well.
Here's my story, it's sad but true, about a girl called Syphilis Sue. Had a bug and ran it around, gave it to every guy in town. I should've known it from the spot on the lip. I'd end up with a urinary drip. A part of all will always be with you, so stay away from a syphilis Sue. It took a close, I should've seen the sign. Smell the scent of a friend of mine. He got infected, now I've got it too. So keep away from a syphilis Sue, yeah. Keep away from that girl. Hope that the silly will do now. Keep away from Sue. She likes to sleep around. Yeah, even did it with my basset hound. We did it, then I started to cough. Now I'm afraid it's falling off. Here's the moral of the story from a guy who knows. Used to have a hose where this fungus grows. Ask any fool that she ever knew. Keep away from the syphilis Sue, yeah. Keep away from that girl. I don't know what to do now. Oh!
In a place that smells just like a bad day at the zoo.
Absolutely.
If the scumbag dressed in drag, that drink they'll bring me to, yeah. If you wanna bring the circle and play it, it seems all you gotta do is just ask CNN, yeah.
Who wipes his ass with sand? It's a Taliban man. Hates girls that don't wear pants. That's a Taliban man. Taliban man won't take a bath. Got a smelly butt crack filled with sand.
Rectum.
I found this whole world so that we can let our first. I raise nuggets like chinchilla. My favorite when I call Gary.
Who's a filthy, stinky man? It's the Taliban man. Has a butt crack filled with sand. It's the Taliban man. Here's a bomb for the Taliban in Afghanistan.
bombs exploded with a mighty crash. Burned the hell right off their buns. Dirty turd, towel head, we got your aloe right here. You Arab desert scum. Taliban on the run. Taliban on the run. They're on the land for Uncle Sam. They're searching everyone for Taliban on the run. Taliban on the run. Well, the bombs kept falling till their desert world began to crumble down. In the town, we're searching for them everywhere. Won't stop till they lay them found. Taliban on the run.
Oi!
Taliban on the run. They're on the land for Uncle Sam. They're searching everyone for Taliban on the run. Taliban on the run.
Estuvo muriendo aquí.
Taliban on the run. Taliban on the run.
Coming up on 125, 560 WQM, we got the Mad Dog, Jim Mandich at 2. We got the Humper, Hank Goldberg, 4 to 6:30. Marlin pregame show. Marlin's on Drex, 6:35 from Shea Stadium. Marlin's at the Mets, trying to extend a winning streak over 500. Eddie K follows the baseball game. Joe and Mark overnight. 668 votes on the poll, not too shabby. Should Neil keep posting the bedtime stories on our website? Absolutely, very important.
Absolutely.
346, 51.7%. Does that look solid?
Solid.
I don't know, a little shaky, I think. I'd rather see more naked pictures on that website, 138. I rarely read them, 67. Well, how about having somebody read them to you?
Like Neil.
I don't... I only care about the poll, 43. 49, whatever the hell it is. 49. I don't need it. I read lots of news websites, 42. Well, excuse us. And I mostly care about the goofy stuff, 20 some odd. 26. So that's where it stands right now. We want 50% plus. Okay, one vote plus over 50%. That'll do it, won't it?
I'll flip it this weekend.
But, what do you mean this weekend?
It's not Friday yet?
I think it is.
In your case, I think the answer is yes. 26 past 1 at 560 WQM. Hey, this summer everybody's going to be cooking up a storm outside. Barbecues Galore carries the biggest range of Weber grills and accessories, starting with the Weber Smoky Joe portable charcoal grill, and it's under $28. It's the perfect grill for any July 4th picnic or any picnic anywhere, anytime. Nobody can beat Barbecues Galore's incredible selection of top-quality grills. They carry the best in the universe. A full line of grills including Weber and Viking, Jenn-Air, Broil Mate, and lots of exclusive grills you won't find no place else, like Turbo, Barbecue Chef, Cook-On, and Captain Cook, all at the guaranteed lowest prices anywhere. Right now at Barbecues Galore, take advantage of no payment, same as cash financing until January 2004 on approved credit. This week, take home the amazing 3-burner Cook-On grill, our Barbecues Galore exclusive. This one comes with a host of great features, normally only found on much more expensive grills, like 42,000 powerful BTUs, porcelain-coated cast-iron burners, and cooking grills, and generous 625 square-inch cooking area, too. You won't find another grill like it for this price, now only $349, and only at Barbecues Galore. Perfect, again, for your July 4th cookout. Don't forget, if you're in the market for barbecue supplies, if anything under the sun in the barbecuing field, this is the place. If you want to barbecue out in the field, Barbecues Galore, America's best barbecue store with stores in Plantation on University Drive and Fountain Shopping Center. Call 954-423-1400. 423-1400. And at Coral Springs on the corner of Sample and Rock Island Roads, call there 954-757-6668. 954-757-6668. All the top brands, unbeatable prices, and they treat you great, too, at Barbecues Galore.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560, QAM.
Yo, yo, let's rate Mo. Radio Big Shot. That's how we pass the time away in the gay old jail of Oz.
Absolutely.
check him to make sure he's breathing. I want to have children someday. The stork has missed us, my husband shooting dust. It's time you knocked me up, Renee. Near, far, here's sperms in a jar. I just hope that his boys stay alive. Justine, they say I'll have twins, but I know what to do with not true frozen sperm will survive.
Oh, that's old Monica is to me a big fat hole. Don't want to hear about her no more. I'm fed up with the media blitz. We know everything about the bitch we need to know. I don't want to see that smelly hoe. 300 pounds of pasty pus. Stop hoisting that bitch on us. Everybody's had enough of that big fat hoe. I don't really care about who she blows. What else can you say? We hear about her every day. Just make the bitch go away. That big fat hoe. Enough of that hoe. We're not enough of that hoe. That hoe. Don't want to hear her boing and squeal about her book and a movie deal. She's just a hoe, obnoxious hoe, a spoiled hoe, that hoe, get rid of that hoe,
With a little look as I eyed her dress, I asked for her phone number, I asked for her address, but she wanted no piece of my anatomy. She said, I gotta leave ya, I got somewhere else to be. She said, I'm gonna run from you, gonna run like hell from you. 'Cause I said, hold my hoochie, hold my hoochie, hold my hoochie. I want you to hold my hoochie.
Okay. Eugene's dinner time.
Oh, no, another night of cheap Italian food in a can.
Yo, man, check it out.
Who are you?
It's me, Homeboy ID.
What?
Yo, man, toss out your skettios and get down with some Homeboy ID sketty hoes. You know what I'm saying?
You got a can opener?
Yeah. Yo, man, and Homeboy ID got all kinds of stuff, and it's all made homie style.
Oh, boy.
It's Homeboy ID, and ain't no little service neither. You can feed the whole crew with our all-new gang-size can.
Well, gee, that's large.
Come on, man. Get with the plan. And get the food in the can that tastes like the food in the can.
Homeboy ID. Drive by and pick some up. The Chef.
While spending the remainder of your golden years in the land of death, the one thing you have to depend on is your car. With Jew Canoe theft on the rise, the people who brought you a big black guy named Ben Car Alarm now bring you an old Jewish guy named Eisen.
Get away from my automobile. You big MF.
Remember when we used to boost them back in Caribbean?
Yeah.
We ought to get a bundle for this, baby. The white ones are cooler.
Get away from my automobile. You big MF.
What the hell was that?
I object seriously to profanity like that.
Slow down, I think somebody's coming.
Get away from my automobile. You big MF. Get away from my automobile. You big MF.
Whenever some bastard tries to steal my car, I feel safer with an old Jewish guy named Eisen.
Get away from my automobile. You big MF.
Get your old Jewish guy named Eisen car alarm now and receive a free flower antenna.
Get away from my automobile. You big MF.
An old Jewish guy named Eisen car alarm. Now available at all Zayre stores.
And the preview says it will tell us what those crop circles mean. Were they made by humans or maybe by some little man who are green? It was written by M. Night Shyamalan, ding dong, the guy who did Sixth Sense. But he also did Unbreakable, which ended up quite bent. Whoa, science, that new movie Science. Studios hoping it'll tingle your spine. If it does, they'll see lots of dollar signs. Mel Gibson plays a farmer with Martians in his yard. And I think that maybe M. Night Shyamalan is trying way too hard. 'Cause those circles weren't made by aliens on a wild tractor ride. They were made by Bruce Willis sometime after he died. Whoa, science, that new movie Science. To find out more, you gotta stand in line. Get out your $8 and pay up for signs. Science, that new movie Science. Studios
21 till 1 until 1. Did I say that? We got a long way to go yet, huh? 21 till 2 at 560. Is there anybody on the other end, or am I talking
No,
to
we're
myself?
on here, man.
Okay, sometimes I say something like that, and you just I guess, just aghast.
Gasp?
Were you gassed? A lot of people think maybe you ought to be. Anyway, here's the poll results so far. We got like 700 votes, I believe, don't we, give or take? Look at that. See, you won't believe me. But I just flipped it up. I couldn't see the number. Look at the number. What does it say on yours? Oh. Holy crap, Rat Man. It says 700. Anyway, should Neil keep posting the bedtime stories on the website? Absolutely. Very important.
Absolutely.
362, 51.7%. That's holding steady until the returns come in from the outlying counties. I'd rather see more naked pictures, 145. I rarely read them, 70. I only care about the poll, 52. I don't need it. I read lots of news websites, 44. And I mostly care about the goofy stuff, 27.
I want to give you a kiss.
Okay. Here's a fax from some lady. About ladies in porno, she says it's not a lack of interest, it's a lack of subject matter available, especially if you are interested in anything fetish related. Did you get her number?
I say the facts.
Guys just won't allow their pictures to be taken or used on sites. You'd think at least the dominatrix sites, but very disappointing, she says. And please don't judge all lady listeners by those who call. Most of us end up with jobs where we have to be on the phone all the time and can't call. Thanks, sweetheart. We understand that. But there is a percentage of women out there who are really just
about 30, man.
Obnoxious, and I think I'm being generous at that point. 20 till 2. Got the Mad Dog coming along at 2 o'clock. I beg your pardon?
Nothing. Not me. I didn't say anything.
Well, I'm in a big hurry here because I don't want to talk too much in this hour. I don't get paid for that. We wrote that in the deal. I can only say a limited number of words in that 1 to 2 hour every Wednesday.
About 30, man.
Except for the spots, of course, because they're paying good for it. Hey, I'll tell you somebody who's paying for it. Brandy Shoes. We love our friends at Brandy's, and they love us. And this year is their 25th anniversary in business in South Florida at the same great location in prestigious Pompano Beach. And they got all the top names in the business. They treat you right. You can't beat their prices. That's why Brandy's, while so many others have come and gone, are still around growing strong. They got Rockports, Echoes, Mephisto, Timberland, Clark's, SAS, Florsheim, lots more. And all the sizes you need. Men's sizes 6 to 15, women's 5 to 12, and widths from the very, very narrow to the very big, fat, and wide. And don't forget their professional sales staff. Make sure you get a perfect fit every time, which is another reason why so many people love to take their feet right over to Brandy's. You'll find them at 1290 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Brandy's is open daily 9 to 9, Sundays 10 to 5. And all this week at Brandy's Shoes, you buy yourself one pair of Rockports and get the second pair at 50% off. Everybody and their brother loves Rockport shoes, so it's a really big week to get into Brandy's. Offers good on all men's and women's Rockport styles except the 7100 series. Stop in at Brandy's or check out their website at brandysshoes.com.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Neil got out WQAM, where the faggot is.
You can have all you can pack away, since we're eating today the Early Bird Buffet. Grab those tongues and flip the food around as if a diamond could be found underneath the tray. But don't forget who's paying the bill and in whose booth you're gonna be. So darling, save the last fish for me. The food is tasty and the price is low. I love buffets so much. My favorite thing of all is when I go, I love to fondle and to touch. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. If you eat too fast, you could get bad gas when it's time to go. Yes, the food is soft. Food is soft. Take some red or green jello, macaroni and cheese. Steal some sweet and low. But don't forget who's paying the bill and in whose booth you're gonna be. So darling, save the last fish for me.
It's our time. It's our time. Save the last fish for me. It's our time. It's our time. Save the last fish for me. It's our time.
All right. Don't like all the heartburn. Every time I see that retarded dimwit on my TV. He's President Dumb, Republicans muscled in, an inarticulate idiot. I don't know why they would want this guy, but now he's here. We're screwed the next 4 years with President Dumb. Oh, what I'd give to count votes once more and get who we all voted for. Why did you want this? Lips strumming stupid heat. Mindless drunk and rich kid. He's even dumber than me. He's President Dumb.
Absolutely.
You don't care what it took. You got him in by hook or crook. The Christian right knows what's best for you and I, but have no fear. We've got a great leader here with President Dumb.
All the crap you can unwrap.
President Dumb.
148 at 560. Speaking of President Dumbschmidt, you know what we forgot to do today?
What?
Is remind our fine audience that today until midnight they can vote on MoveOn.org.
Indeed.
The Democratic primary.
Right.
I beg your pardon?
I got an email saying make sure to remind everybody.
That's what I just got too. So thanks for sending me the email, even though they're not listening, from wherever that came from MoveOn.org. And that's why it reminded me to come on and say, hey, vote for somebody like Bob Graham would be good. Take about 30 seconds is all it would take. Just a few seconds of your precious time.
About 30, man.
MoveOn.org. I'll tell you what won't take long, and that is a quick trip to Charles Alfieri and getting you a good head of hair. If you think that your bald spot has got to be like saddled with you for the rest of your life if you have to walk around like a human reflection, don't do it. And, of course, the choice is easy. You can take those dangerous pills that might kill you. It won't grow one follicle of hair back. Or you can put a dead muskrat on your head. Or you can get yourself a great-looking head of hair from Chuck Alfieri. Right now, Charlie's having a summer special for you. The special hair system offer is only $549 for first-time customers. If you already have a hair system, you can save 50% on service and repair on all types of hair systems, including shampoo and trim. Choice, like I said, is yours. You can look great like Bob Eisenberg, who used to look like a clown when he went to somebody else. Or you could look like Mo. Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
So don't look like a fool no more. Give Charles Alfieri a try. And you got nothing to lose but the bald spot because you give this guarantee. You try one of Charlie's hair systems for 30 days.
About 30, man.
If you don't love the way it looks and feels and smells, if you're not getting lots and lots of action, return it for a full refund. Charles Alfieri, you call him today, tell him that old Neil told you to call 1-800-321-2413. That's 1-800-321-2413, or log on to their world-famous website, charlesalfieri.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAQAF.
Absolutely.
He lives on Queer Street, lingers round on Queer Street. He has a house and garden. I would love to see what happens. Hates his toes and pets his monkey. Women's clothes make him look real funky. He has a whiz and knows what to do.
Gay.
He wants me and he wants you. He lives on Queer Street, near a store where all the creatures meet. I wonder what they're doing in there. He says he likes it just fine. I'll bet he does. If you know Judy, like I know Judy. La 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 la. He lives on Queer Street, lingers around on Queer Street. He has a house and a hose garden.
Oh, I don't know what it is about them, their whiny little voices or their big noses, those goofy hats, tiny little schmeckles. I don't know, they just rub me the wrong way.
Anti-Semitism lives in every speech Hillary gives. It's in the news.
Oh,
Hillary hates Jews. Spewing hatred through the halls, busting people's matzo balls. It's in the news. Hillary hates Jews. You won't catch her lighting a menorah.
No.
God, she must have a wonderful aura. When she speaks, I wanna cry. She could use a good rabbi. It's in the news. Hillary hates Jews.
Men, well, I'm the cryptic Julio who's angry all the time. When Neil is on vacation, then the show becomes all mine. And when I do the show, the genre that I like the best makes all the sport holes nervous, 'cause it's only about sex. Neil calls me a mumbler. He says I'm a mumbler. I guess 'cause I go... Well, the reason why I sound like I just can't spit it out is all the big sores in my mouth. Well, now and then you'll hear me lisp when I start to talk like this. Well, here's a tip on how you can define my diatribe. It's probably about those pals of mine in Palestine. And if my wife gets pregnant with another baby girl, I'll hop right into my SUV and probably drive to the store. I'm a mumbler. Neil says I'm a mumbler. I guess 'cause I go...
Absolutely.
I'm a mumbler. History has been changed, and the History Channel is committed to keeping you informed with a full lineup of previously scheduled programming. Starting at 8, it's History's Lost and Found. Where are Liza Minnelli's Big Pantaloonies? And a special 2-hour presentation of Margarine Marvels, The Waffle Iron. Where would we be today without this morning pastry? Tonight, only on the History Channel.
The Middle Eastern world will be exploded. Saddam had people killed with the gas that we sold him. First time aggressor nation and the only one that's going. Now more blood will be spilled to get that oil flowing. Forget about Korea and the nukes they're toting. And the right wing is drilling it over and over into our head that Iraq has some weapons of mass destruction. "3,000 people killed are now forgotten. Let's exploit them instead. Hey, there's oil to be gotten. Going after Saddam to placate Osama. There's no longer mention of the name Bin Laden, but no one seems concerned, all comfy and complacent, believing every word of this cartel administration that controls us by fear through media manipulation. And the right wing is drilling it over and over into our heads that Iraq has some weapons of mass destruction.
Absolutely.
The loss of civil rights is the price that we're paying. We're all suspects now, Nazi Ashcroft is saying. I have nothing to hide, table talkers all are saying. Blind obedient cattle don't have any reservation. Without unprovoked battle and world annihilation, old regimes must fall and Halliburton installed with no objection at all. Democrats don't have the balls, and the right wing is drilling it over and over into our brainwashed heads. Iraq has some weapons of mass destruction. Only Iraq has some weapons of mass destruction.
All the crap you can unwrap, all the slime, all the time.
Bye, bye, bye. The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
I am Carlos, world famous dinner boy. Pity, 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 pity. See?